Is this a dream?
Have you ever been having hard, nasty sex with your wife? You're getting real hard into her, and then you look down, you admiring their butt and how good her butt looks. You're getting really hard into it, and then you look down and you realize that it's a guy and it's not your wife.
Happens all the time.
You ever had that happen, Rob Dawg?
The mailman's so attractive.
This is Rob Diggity Dangle Dog and the Delicious Nickalicious here with the Brohio podcast.
I'm back from vacation.
He went to
I got fucking crucified for going on vacation. Holy crap.
Florida.
Florida.
But you know, I was here and people said, "Hey, Nick, just do one by yourself." And I said, I can't do it.
Everybody was trying to be me.
Yeah, call me, bro.
I'll fill in.
Yeah, I'll fill you in. You get my drift. Get my D-rift.
Fill in that ass.
Listen, I love all of you, but there's only one Rob Dawg in my life.
He's a one Rob Dawg kind of man.
I am. I'm a one Rob Dawg man, and I'm very appreciative that you're back.
No one's as fun as me.
Yeah. And I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe I will try one by myself. And then I started thinking about my jokes and how your laughter fills the void sometimes.
Yeah. That's how other people know to laugh.
I don't laugh at myself. So then it would just be sitting here like, ha, you ever stuck a butter knife in the opening in your penis? And then it'd be nothing.
Chirp, chirp, chirp.
It's not funny.
The background. Meow.
Yeah, she isn't. She isn't here.
Just a cat.
Oh, she's so silly.
She's crazy.
Now, we didn't have a lot of time for research this week. I had plenty of time. I didn't feel like doing any. But Rob was on vacation. He said, listen, man, I don't want to go in here totally blind. We got a Q&A episode in our back pocket.
Yeah.
Let's throw it at him.
Yeah, we got a crazy month coming up, so we might as well get to this Q&A while we have the time.
Yeah, I say do it. Lots of fun questions. We are going to hit on, some scary stuff and some conspiracy stuff in here. So you are going to get your dosage of Brohio, but you're going to get the true meaning of Nick and Rob. We're going to answer your questions that you.
It's always fun to learn about people.
It is,
especially since we're just two guys that just kind of talk and tell you about stupid stories.
Two gals, you don't know much about us.
No, not at all.
Time to learn.
We get the same question asked all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I think the same questions popped up like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, who has the bigger dick? They both go inside our bodies.
Our wives.
Yeah, they do. Speaking of our wives, my wife, Stacy, she said, I want to help out more with the podcast.
Yeah, she did.
I said, you know what? You do that. I would like that. I would like your help.
I would like to do less.
I would like for you to help out as much as you would like to help out. So she hopped on the Facebook page this week. She's doing a Brohio giveaway. I think she said we're going to autograph some stuff. I don't know why people would want our autographs.
It's like you're going to ruin the sticker.
You're going to forge some credit documents. I don't know.
Have fun forging my signature.
Yeah. If you use my signature, it's definitely not going to work at any rent-to-own places because they've got that dryer back like 15 fucking times now.
Yeah, and if you just want my social, just ask.
Jesus Christ.
Try ruining my credit even more.
We got some new Patreon subscribers.
Holy shit.
First on the list, Thomas Buggins.
That's an unfortunate last name.
That's such a cute name.
It is.
Hey, next, Tommy, thank you so much, Tommy, for your Tommy Buggins for your donation there.
Thank you very much. Next, we got Corey Moyer. Thank you very much.
Now, this is another podcast. This is Jay and Brian over the Bones and Tubs podcast. They made a Patreon pledge. Thank you so much, guys.
Is this their second one?
No.
Okay, I thought they've done it before.
A pledge?
Yeah, I thought they did.
Murder and Such and Hillbilly Horror Stories are the 2 podcasts that pledge to us.
Okay, I know we did a plug for them before.
They want to do an episode with us.
Really?
And they know they are out there, okay?
Yeah.
They have no fucking clue about anything that's going on in real life. They live in an alternate reality, and they're really fun to talk to.
That's what's up.
And you should go check out their podcast, Bones and Tubs podcast. Next,
we got Felix, the cat.
Yeah, and then one of our buddies from the Butt Check is Anonymous closed group, Nick Ferrigno, then no relation to Lou Ferrigno, the guy that plays the Incredible Hulk. Nick Ferrigno, he's got this really weird thing going on where he likes to Photoshop our pictures in gay porn.
Oh, yes, he does.
Sometimes it catches me off guard, especially when my kids are like, hey, what's this? That's Daddy. He's playing dress up with his friends. Give me that. Get that away.
It's always the same pictures of us, too, but it's well done.
Right. And this person is already, I don't know why this popped up like this, but Connor Mead,
Connor motherfucking Mead.
We did a Patreon episode with him.
Yeah.
I don't know why his name popped up here, but Connor, thank you for your Patreon pledges.
Next one on the list. Oh, you're going to give me the fucking last name. I'm not going to be able to pronounce. Cam Noggle?
Yeah, it's like a moose knuckle, but it's a moose noggle. Very similar. A noggle is a lot more aggressive. So you got a moose knuckle, that's kind of that's a slimmer. But the noggle, that looks like he's got 2 cans of Pringles in their pants. It's kind of smashed together. It's a little more horrific to look at.
It's a fucking noggle, man. You never seen a noggle?
I swear to God, if I get these jeans on any tighter, I'm going to rip my noggle in half. I hate when I rip my noggle. Get your hands off my noggle. Thank you, Karsten Kerr, for your patron pledge. We appreciate that.
So lovely. And then we got James Cuthbert.
Just cut the
Cuthbert.
Couth. Oh man, I can't wait to stick my tongue up in your couth and just lick on it. Some boys say the best way to eat a couth is to do the ABCs on the tip of it with your tongue. You put your tongue on the couth and you ABC, and you do that, and they like it. And thank you, Tara Van Diver,
and also Ryan McBain. Thank you,
Rosemary Burdew, not Purdue. That's Rosemary Burdew. Thank you so much for your patron pledge.
Thank you guys very, very much.
And there was one that came in just a few minutes ago from Genesis.
Oh, okay.
That's a really fancy stripper name.
Is it Jesus?
It is Jesus.
Okay.
I saw her. She looked like Jesus.
Okay. Thank you, Lord.
It's been a long time since we've done an episode, and a lot of things have happened since then. This is Rob and I's last episode doing the podcast ever. I'm just kidding. We got a lot of stuff going on. This is not the last episode.
Maybe it is.
I don't know. Maybe I'll die tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll tumble down the stairs and rip my fucking noggle in half and then I'll bleed out.
I've been pooping a lot since vacation, so I have been afraid I was going to die a couple times.
My baby hasn't pooped in like a week, and she pooped today while my wife was away, and I
Poor
opened
thing.
it. It looked like Slimer from Ghostbusters. It fucking
Did you have to hose her off in the yard the other day?
it flew out and started eating shit out of the refrigerator. I started fucking throwing baby wipes at it. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, man.
Let's talk about these reviews.
We got an awesome review from Dog Mom. That's her name on iTunes, is Dog Mom.
I shared it on my personal page. It was so touching.
Did. And Rob shared it, and I felt so inspired by Rob's share that I shared it. The title of the review is awesome, and that is indeed what this is. So it says, this is the best podcast ever, and the humor is the best kind of humor ever.
Debatable. I
have cancer, and this podcast has gotten me through hard times and lots of pain and suffering with this, and the hospital looks way more happy than before I found this podcast.
That means everything.
It does. Rob and I, we go back and forth about who sucks more. Rob's like, you suck more. I'm like, no, you suck more. I'm like, we suck equally as bad. And he's like, yeah, but look at these reviews right here, man. And when stuff comes through like this, it completely elates our heart. It makes us so happy. It lets us know that we are making you guys laugh. Even though some people just turn us off. Dan Brown. He said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at these guys.
Guys, I just want to say that I do not endorse this review at all. It's not accurate. You guys are not funny. This is the worst type of humor I've ever heard.
Dog Mom, if you are listening right now, please send us an email and let us know that you heard us. We would like to send you some stickers and some other stuff.
Beat the ever-loving shit out of cancer.
And if you beat that cancer, send it our way, and we'll fuck it in the ass when you're done with it, because we are supporting you. The Brohio Nation is supporting you. We are happy to be there in the hospital room with you. If you live in the Dayton area, one up it. Let us know where you're at. We'll come dress up as fucking clowns and bring you teddy bears and shit. Because that's what we want to do. We want to bring happiness to the masses.
You can do it.
And if I didn't think it was enough that we are helping people in very dark situations, this podcast saved someone's life, Rob.
That's crazy.
Tell them about it.
All right, well, this is what this says. This is from Sumna795. I was listening to this trash heap podcast while driving. I guess I was in a bit of a daze, and Nick started describing a physical act called a hillbilly wedding kiss.
Yes, I made that one up all myself.
This, what's this word? Debased?
This debased.
I don't know what that is.
That's a big word for a couple fucking retards.
This debased act involved Mountain Dew, inbreeding, 2 tongues, and 13 teeth. The vulgarity described was enough to me to snap out of my gaze and correct my car from its slow shift into a steep ditch. God help me. God help us all.
Save someone's life. And if you're wondering what my patented wedding kiss is, that's where you take your wife, you pull her in real close, you start kissing her tongue style, then you pull a Mountain Dew out of your pocket. Extra points if it's a Diet Mountain Dew. Even more points if it's a Diet Code Red Mountain Dew. You crack that motherfucker open, you hold it over your heads, and you dump it between your mouths while you're making out. So then the
mega points if it's Baja
you get a gush of goodness coming down in your mouth. Hold on, I gotta accept this phone call real quick. Sorry, that was my wife calling to tell me that I was...
We're not doing the podcast anymore.
Yeah, it's your last night.
We're done.
No, she said, will you see if your mom can watch the kids? Yeah,
Aww.
sure. Yeah, that's fine. Romantic date.
Hi, Nick. Mama Nick.
Because our dating anniversary is coming up. It's actually October 20th, which is a good segue.
4 days before my birthday.
Yeah, October 20th at the Lucky Star Brewery in Miamisburg, Ohio.
I cannot wait for this.
Nick and Stacy will be celebrating their dating anniversary of 11 years. 11 years.
We're gonna do a hillbilly wedding kiss.
We are, but we're gonna use very fancy craft beer.
We are. It's gonna be delicious.
We're gonna be with Murder and Such. They're another podcast. They talk about farm animals, different ways to use hot glue and crafting. They also talk about people dying and shit.
Something like that, yeah.
Haley and Hunter. They have an excellent show. I'm really happy to have them along.
I cannot wait. I love those two.
Rob and I are very excited to celebrate with them.
I'm really excited.
That's a free show.
It is. It's going to be a good time. Come hang out.
But if you want to go into the bonus, October 27th, for only $10 per person, we are doing Brohio's Twisted Hillbilly Halloween.
And let me tell you something. Not only are there 2 awesome and then us podcasts, they have a lot of fucking good food there.
They do.
And it's a nice place. We got our own private room, so we can be super vulgar. We're going to come in there dressed up as...
I don't know. We
haven't figured that out yet. It's going to be a good time.
We're going to come dressed as a couple fucking swamp donkeys.
There's only 2 tickets left.
Not anymore. I just bought the last 2.
What I'm saying is, buy your tickets.
Get your tickets. Just do a Google search.
For the love of God, come see us.
It's called Brohio's Twisted Hillbilly Halloween. At the Lucky Star one, the free one, we won't take pictures and we won't talk to anybody. The October 27th one for $10, we will take pictures and we will talk to you. This will be at the Firehouse Grill.
That's not accurate.
Speak for your fucking self. This will be the Firehouse Grill, 4785 Lake Forest Drive in Blue Ash, Ohio. Come check us out.
It's going to be such a good time.
Come check out Dina Marie, Twisted Philly.
Yeah.
Jerry and Tracy Polly from...
the sweetest people in the world.
Hillbilly Horror Stories.
We get honored with being a part of awesome shows like this. We're 2 below all that.
Can't wait to sword fight with Jerry.
Hopefully my wife doesn't almost hit Jerry in the parking lot again this year.
It's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm going to read an article to you really quick, Rob, before we start this Q&A.
Go ahead, man.
It says Olympic National Park, located in Washington State's Olympic Peninsula, is faced with a daunting challenge removing a ballooning mountain goat population that's developed a strong appetite for human urine.
All right.
I'm a bad boy. Piss on me. Mountain goats aren't a native species in the park since their introduction in the 1920s. Their numbers have blossomed to a staggering 700. There's like the fucking 700 goats in this park, Rob. I don't know this fucking word. I'm just gonna roll with it. Now with humans flooding the area and routinely relieving themselves on various hiking trails, I gotta go over there and take me a big old piss. The goats have developed an insatiable thirst for urine, which serves as a strong source of salts and mineral. And if you've ever pissed in your mouth before, you would know that. Acting in Jesus Christ. Acting in concert with National Park Service, NPS, and the USDA Forest Service, park authorities have begun tagging, blindfolding, oh my God, I'm a bad boy, put that blindfold on me, and aircrafting the goats to nearby forests in the North Cascades via helicopter. And they're also being fitted with GPS collars. The goats are ferried in pairs to 9 sites in the Mount Baker Snoqualm National Forest, per a motherboard report. The sites should provide a more hospitable environment for the surging goat tribe where they can roam free of human interlopers. Now, these fucking goats at this park.
Goat tribe. I just love that goat tribe.
This sounds like 50 Shades of Grey. It's like he's getting blindfolded and driven around in a fucking helicopter. I'm the night, you're the color of my skin.
That song is a fucking banger.
Oh, it's a good one. Oh, I see this goat with his big hairy nutsack just hanging down, getting driven across the sky in a helicopter, just getting ready to get railed out by Christian Grey.
Oh man, so dreamy.
I've been so bad. So bad.
I love puns.
I hate goats.
I thought they're fucking evil.
Oh, Jesus. Now they fucking killed a guy at this park. This goat rammed this old man and knocked him down the hill and killed him. This goat was like 600 pounds.
That's
How do you get to be 600 pounds just by licking urine off the trail, Rob?
I don't know if
That ain't peanut butter, that's urine.
Hey man, I mean, I'm not judging.
I want a goat.
Good for that goat.
I just don't like mowing grass, honestly.
Right.
I just want a goat to eat my grass.
We need a party goat.
But if I go, yes, he is in the earlier episode. There's a party goat.
Yeah, we need a party goat.
You gotta worry about it when you go outside and your goat's out there doing fucking push-ups and like chin-ups. And he's like, come down here and mow the grass. I'm not eating anymore. I've been eating urine. I'm beefing up. I'm ready to put my beef in your ass. If you've never listened to the Brohio podcast before,
Welcome.
this is not a good episode to start. This is a Q&A episode. This is going to be really boring. You don't know anything about us. No subject content, what we normally talk about.
But it also may be a good episode to listen because you're going to learn about us.
Yeah.
See, I wanted to do a Q&A a long time ago. We've done them before, like on live and stuff. Yeah. But then after listening to Murder and Suches, I was like, I really want to do one because
try it.
I like learning about people.
Yeah. Well, let's learn them real quick.
We're going to disappoint everybody though. We're pretty boring.
This first question comes from Instagram. Peace Morgan and Valerie Boobles. Valerie B. Bubbles. They kind of asked the same question, so I'm grouping it together here. It says, how do you two know one another? Listening to you guys, you can tell there's great chemistry because you guys are hilarious.
Yeah, that's debatable. Yeah, we've talked about this before. Kind of just met each other on farmersonly.com.
Craigslist casual encounters.
Now we went to school together, starting in middle school, 6th grade. Played football together.
We had a mutual love of cock. Oh man, it's so nasty. Yeah, we've always been buds.
Yeah.
We got to high school. Rob started skateboarding and shit, and I was fucking taking steroids. I
started hanging out with all the scene kids, and then Nick hung out with all of his sports jock friends. And
hung out with everybody, man.
Yeah, you did. But we always talked, and we were always cool, and
always maintained.
Yeah, and then after high school, we always kept in touch.
We kept on talking about this podcast for a while.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it for
a grip,
at least a year before we ever actually did anything.
And we did it. It was funny because I did a podcast by myself. Had no idea what I was doing. It's terrible. I'm not gonna tell you what it is.
It wasn't bad.
And Rob wrote like, we should start a podcast, and then it was on my time hop last year from like 5 years ago.
Really?
I was like, fuck you, Rob. But I wrote it. It was after we already started Brohio that I wrote fuck you. But
I think that was when I was really starting to get into podcasts, and then
yeah,
I'd been wanting to do one for a while, and
I've been wanting to do you for a while. And it worked out.
It worked out fucking good in your favor.
Hard. All right, well, next question.
Princess Hashtagger. That's a good name.
It is.
Nicolas Cage or Keanu Reeves? Oof.
Dude, I think Nicolas Cage is a fucking clown, so Keanu Reeves all day in my book. Man.
I do love Keanu Reeves. I like Keanu Reeves' movies way more, and I think I'd rather hang out with him. Nicolas Cage seems like he kind of be a dick.
He does, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how he keeps on getting cool roles. Like
you can only steal the Declaration of Independence so many times before.
But the thing is, I love American history so much that I have to watch those movies, and I see him like, man, I'd really like to give him a Bulgarian gas mask and just fucking kill him.
But I was always a huge fan of Matrix, the Matrix trilogy, and then even though you've never seen one, I know it fucking kills me. And then of course John Wick.
I have seen John Wick.
John Wick is fucking great.
After you watch a movie like that, you're just like, I'm gonna fucking kill everybody right now.
Keanu Reeves is just like a cool like surfer.
He is, man. He just hangs out. And he did fucking Bill and Ted's.
He rides the fucking public transportation and shit. He's just a cool dude.
Money. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one's from Maggie Ivan.
You missed one.
Did I? Oh, Carissa Lynette 86. She's
Hey, it's the same year I was born.
she's in the closed group Butt Chuggers Anonymous on Facebook, where the password is Bill Wilkins.
Yeah, he is.
She says, "What is the spookiest real life story that you would like to cover if you haven't already done so?"
That's a good question.
Usually, if we stumble upon something, I'm like, "Oh man, that's fucking scary." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Look, we do it."
Yeah, if we talk about something that intrigues both of us, then yeah, I mean, you can do.
I got one.
There's some spoopy things that aren't necessarily like ghost scary. There's some conspiracy theories that are fucking terrifying.
Flat Earth. What if you just fall off that motherfucker?
But I mean,
No, there's that haunted forest I've been wanting to do for a while in Transylvania.
yeah, you
And
told me
they've
about
got
that.
so much weird stuff. It's like Skinwalker Ranch meets Roswell meets the Suicide Forest. It's crazy, man.
It's on our to-do list, though. I mean, everything that we would want to do, because I really enjoy doing the scary stuff.
Oh, so do I.
True
True crime hits the nugget for us, though. That's where we get the most downloads and listens is
Right.
when we do a true crime episode.
It's weird.
We're finding our niche in true crime, though.
We're getting there.
We find not necessarily our niche, but we're finding to pick the stories that we like to cover, like Tall Hot Blonde.
We're getting a good balance.
Tall Hot Blonde was a fun one.
Yeah. We like ones more so where we can find the humor,
Where we can make fun of people.
where we can make fun of people. Yeah, and it's not
You
too
died.
Haha.
You're deader than me.
Next, Maggie Ivan.
Yeah, do it.
Will you please invest in learning how to do an Australian accent, because it hurts my poor little Aussie soul listening to it. I think that's probably I can't do an Aussie
It's
accent.
directed to me.
Yeah, my Aussie accent sounds just like my
Hey, if you
English
don't
accent.
like listening to that Brohio podcast, maybe you should take a fucking koala bear and shove it straight up your fucking hat. No, she
a
wrote
drop
us,
bear. A drop bear.
a drop bear. She wrote us on, I can't remember what it was. I did read it, and she said, "I love the show. I love you guys, but fuck, learn how to." I said, "I'm sorry."
It's just a stereotypical accent. That's,
I'm
that's what
a-
we do. We're white Americans.
Yes,
I mean, come on.
Out here living my best life, Maggie Ivan. I'm trying to do my best out here.
Don't sass us.
I'm snapping checks and cashing checks, something like
Something
that.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm raging, I'm caging. I'm doing all the things that I need to do to make you guys laugh. Sometimes it doesn't work,
Yeah.
but I will start watching some MySpace videos on how to do a better Australian accent. The next one's from Dizzle Dicey. All right. I like that name too. I think she's like a power lifter or something.
Huh.
She's fucking terrifying. She would definitely fucking break our faces, but
Yeah, I'm scared of that.
she says, "When not butt chugging Zima, what's your favorite drink?"
Ooh. I don't know if I can answer this. I mean, I don't know.
As far as alcohol,
Yeah, I mean,
it's what's happened in my life recently is I can't drink beer anymore. Okay,
Yeah.
beer gives me a migraine the second that it hits my lips. The same with like a BBC.
love beer.
The same with like a BBC. As soon as it hits my lips, it hurts. But the beer I can't drink anymore. I had some White Russians a few weeks ago.
yeah, you did.
They were okay.
I thought they're pretty good.
They were, yeah, I would say, but I like my regular drink. Lemonade is like my all-time favorite drink. It's
Yeah, it depends on where it's from.
right. No, I can't be getting some Minute Maid from
Right.
Kroger.
Yeah.
It's got to be some
Like
fresh
a Chick-fil-A lemonade.
I will put an IV
Ooh.
of Chick-fil-A
Or
lemonade.
Penn Station lemonade's
Yeah.
fucking banging too.
I can drink a gallon of Chick-fil-A lemonade with my penis. If you don't believe me, I'll do a live tonight.
I'll say any type of course it's going to be beer because I'm an alcoholic. I'm not really an alcoholic. I drink craft beer, so I can't afford to be an alcoholic. Any type of stout or sour. Those are my go-tos.
Sure, that sounds fun.
yeah.
Sour.
or a big fat sweaty Baja Blast from Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, man, dude. Well, and now at the checkout at Walmart, they got Baja Blast in a can. I'm like, oh my god. When I got in the parking lot and I opened it and I pour it on the dashboard and I snort it and then I drive home. She's like, "What have you been doing?" I've been out doing some shit. Been out here not with you, doing some.
Cheaper than doing Coke, man.
It is Baja Blast.
It's good.
All right, next question.
Chirpy Little Alien. That's a good. We're having some good names here. Can Bill Wilkins be a part of the Q&A? And have have either of you ever had any paranormal spooky stuff happen to yourselves or family? Well, I'll let you answer the first part of the question.
As far as Bill Wilkins goes, he kind of shows up whenever he wants. We have no official way to trigger Bill Wilkins.
Yeah, we can't channel him. We're not mediums, so.
He did cite in the last episode that he likes coming here because there's always a good chance of him getting a salad tossed. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
We eat a lot of salad with our dinner here at this house. It's like our go-to side dish. I don't know if that's what he's talking about or if he's actually talking about you or I licking his asshole. Maybe that's what it is.
I'm thinking the latter.
Okay.
Maybe.
As far as spooky stories, one time I was working at the prison, and I worked in like a cell block, traditional cell block. I was working on third shift, and I had a couple things happen to me, but the one that I'll talk about this time, there was, to get from one floor to the next floor, you had to take some steps, and there was steps from the ground floor all the way to the third floor, and it was kind of like the emergency, like the fire steps in a tall building. You know, when you get to the top, you can look down, you can see all the flights below you.
Yeah.
Well, I was at the top, and I was going down, and I heard footsteps below me, and I'm like, this is not good because these guys are all supposed to be locked up right now. It's third shift. They're all asleep. I'm just making sure they're not killing themselves.
Excuse me.
And this was like a really old prison. It was a closed security prison, so like maximum security. They're all, cold-blooded killers and shit, whatever. They were afraid of me, so it's fine. And I heard footsteps, and I looked down, and I saw the top of like a black guy's head coming up the steps below me. And I said, well, I'm going to have to fucking fight this motherfucker on the steps because he's out. That's like attempted escape if they're out their cell at night.
Yeah.
So I take a step back to get my, gather my marbles. It's third shift. I'm half asleep. I'm going to have to fight this guy. And I take a step forward. He's gone. He's not there. He's gone. I saw the top of this guy's head. So then I grab my keys and like my baton so it's not falling out when I take off running. I sprint down the steps.
At least you guys got to carry something.
Yeah. I sprint down the steps, dude. He was gone. There was nobody there. There was nothing. This guy was he'd vanished. That's my spoopy.
That is a crazy one. I've only ever had one that I can really recall. I've talked about it before, I think maybe on a Patreon episode. The house that I lived in, probably from the point that time I was 12 to 17, I believe it was haunted. There was a guy that lived there before us who, right before we bought the house, was murdered in a drug deal.
He wasn't murdered in the house, was he?
No, he was. And I may be wrong on this. This may be my kid mind. I remember someone saying that after he got shot, they brought him back to the house. So I don't know.
We're gonna let you see your cats before we bury you.
Well, he got shot, and I knew that the guy that lived there. We went to school with one of their daughters, but they they lived with their family. They had like a dwarf that was in their family, and it was it was a whole.
Did you live in a fucking circus, Rob?
I live in a clown, like a circus tent. Yeah, but anyways, I don't know if that really happened or if I'm just making stuff up. That I don't know, but I do know that whenever I would fall asleep, I slept my room was in the basement, and there was a lot of times that I would wake up in the middle of the night, and I could see a silhouette of a guy who, I've seen him before, so I kind of knew what he looked like, and it resembled him, and I assumed it was him because, he had passed away recently, and he grew up in the house. That was his childhood home. So he'd lived there his entire life until they lost the house. Yeah. So I saw him, I kept seeing him, and then, it scared the shit out of me because I was younger, and I would have just put the covers over my head, and I'd fall asleep, and, I wouldn't see him again. But then one night, it was really bad. I woke up. I remember waking up because it was in my dream that I was having problems breathing in my dream. It was really hard to catch my breath. And then when I woke up, there was someone with crouched over, both legs to each side of my
teabag in your neck
of my abdomen, with their hands above my head and their face face to face with me.
It's fucking awful.
And I think I might have shit a little bit.
I said, get your bitch ass up off me before I fucking fight your ass up on this motherfucker.
And it was one of those things where the second I saw it, it vanished. I mean, it could have been the fact that I was just dreaming. I was out of it. Every single time that I saw this person was whenever I was coming out of sleep.
Did you watch some VHS porn before you fell asleep?
No, I don't even know if at that time I had a TV in my room.
You didn't.
I
I
remember watching a lot of VHS porn.
Yeah. Burn that wiener off.
But anywho, after that, I saw the person one more time. At that point, I was just kind of pissed, and I remember yelling, "What do you want? Like, go away," or something fucking stupid like that. And never saw him again. So yeah, cool, good times.
Now his name's Bill Wilkins. Next question is from Chig33. That was a good story. That's scary, Rob.
Spoopy.
Who is your favorite Ghostbuster and why? I like Ray Stantz, also known as Dan Aykroyd. I'm just a big fan of Dan Aykroyd in general, but that's hard to pick. One of those. That's one of my favorite movies. Rob hasn't seen it.
Yeah, I have to go back and watch it. I saw it whenever I think I've seen pieces of it, but it was when I was younger.
Right.
And anytime I've seen it on TV, it's never been the first one. It's always been like the second or third, and I've never wanted to watch it because I want to watch the first one first.
The second one's good,
too. The second one I heard, the second one's like really good.
Yeah, it is good. Ray Stantz. I mean, I love Dan Aykroyd. I also like Bill Murray, but
yeah, that's one of the movies that I'm ashamed that I haven't seen.
Yeah. All right, next question.
Next one we got one Jizz Champ, one JZ Champ. Have you guys ever witnessed UFOs or have seen any strange anomalies in the sky? Also, if aliens were to probe you, would you want him, I'll say it, to do it fast or slow?
Well, I have seen. Now this is strange, and I called my wife, just completely panicked about this one.
Okay.
I've never seen a traditional UFO like settle over the house, flying saucer. There was one summer that I owned a motorcycle, and I was riding the motorcycle back and forth to work. It was about a 30-minute commute, and I got to the exit right before my work, and there was not a cloud in the sky that day. And I started to pull up the exit, and I looked up in the air, and there was like there was an object in the air. It looked like just a white stick, so like the middle part of an airplane. But it wasn't moving. It was just sitting there, and it didn't have wings.
Okay.
And I looked up at this white stick. I'm like, oh, that's really fucking weird. That's like, maybe that's a UFO or something. And I looked back down, to make sure I'm not going to hit anything and to check my speedometer. And I looked back up again at the white stick, and the white stick is completely gone. I saw it in the air, and I cannot. Sometimes people will say, "Oh yeah, I saw some strange lights over there over the tree line."
Did it look like one of those sugar sticks you had in the Fun Dips?
Did you remember those? It was really thin, dude. Like,
okay.
Whenever you watch the movie Waterboy, they're like, needle dick.
Yeah,
this is what a needle dick would look like.
Okay.
It looked like a McDonald's straw with no red line on it.
Okay.
And it was just floating in the sky, just from top to bottom. It was like, vertical. And I said, that's really weird. And I stared at it for a second. I said, that thing's not moving. And I looked down to make sure I wasn't going to hit a zebra or anything. And I looked back up, and it was gone. And like I said before, sometimes people see things, and they say, I don't know if my mind was playing tricks on me. I was out there feeding the cows and trying to butt fuck my favorite donkey. And then I looked up in the sky, saw something glowing up in the sky. And I looked down, there goddamn grass is on fire, man. When the grass was on fire, I've been out there, those aliens running back into the woods. I think, hey, get back here and fix this grass you just set on fire, because I'm sick of you motherfuckers getting shit caught on fire in my farmland here. And he said that his mind might have been playing tricks on him. This instance, my mind was not playing tricks on me. There was not a cloud in the sky, Rob. I'm not, I think aliens are cool. I think UFOs are cool, but I'm not completely sold out for aliens and UFOs. I think it's a really cool concept. But there's a lot of people that are just like, UFOs, man, aliens. I'm not one of those guys. I think they're really cool. I like to read about them. But I did see something that day that I cannot explain, Rob Dawg.
Yeah, I've never seen anything crazy. However, I would never say that I don't believe.
I definitely think there's something going on.
Definitely believe there's something going on. I've said this before as well. I don't think that if there is alien life, I don't think we've ever encountered it. I don't think so, man.
Roswell's pretty sketchy.
Roswell is pretty sketchy, but I don't think we've ever. I mean, if the universe, we all know the universe is completely infinite. There's, there's, more galaxies than we can think of. There has to be life somewhere else. There's no way we are the only inhabitable planet in the universe.
Robot pigs.
There's just absolutely no way.
I know.
Now, unless we're talking civilizations that are, I mean, I would assume that because in the scope of the universe, the history of the universe, we're pretty much newborns. So unless something is like, really, really, really ancient and has had all this time to perfect, interdimensional travel and everything, it just seems crazy that, of all places they'd come here. And as fast as they'd be able to come here, because, I mean, we're talking hundreds of millions of light years and shit like that to even, get to here. Unless they figure out how to travel to light speed, which, I don't know, man. It could be. It could happen. It's more than I know about.
It is.
So it's one of those things that's wild. I don't think so. I don't think anything's ever happened.
I do.
But
only some shit's happened.
Trust me, I want to believe. There's nothing more that I want to believe than that we have aliens.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I do.
What about as far as the aspect of how hard you'd like to be fucked by the probe? How fast or slow?
I'd
want it slow and intimate.
It's more of a length of time. If it's slow and longer or fast and quicker, I'm going fast and quicker because I want it over with.
Rick DD says, how many times and how hard do you guys get freaky with each other?
Every Tuesday and Thursday.
Every day, all day. We get balls deep in that motherfucker, Rick DD. I'm Violet. If you were given the death penalty and you had the opportunity for a last meal, what would it be?
Didn't we just answer this one too, not too long ago? I think you chastised me because I think I might have said a hamburger.
I think I want some goddamn Kentucky Fried Chicken. I think we answered on a Patreon episode.
Yeah, I think we did. I'm going a big... I'm either going one of two things. I'm either going a really fucking good hamburger because I'm a burger fanatic, or a big fat steak. A good steak.
Dude, I like home, like chicken and dumplings. I think I'd probably something like that, like chicken and dumplings, or like some homemade pot pie. Kind of comfort food, knowing the fact that I'm getting ready to get my fucking head squashed and killed. Hopefully we never find ourselves in that situation.
Oof, please no.
But I would wash it down with an ice-cold CocaCola Classic from a can, because, okay, I think I've talked about this before. The hierarchy of Coca-Cola Classic. On top is Coca-Cola Classic in a glass bottle. That's the absolute...
Ooh.
That's the peak.
It's the pinnacle.
Of the taste, okay?
Okay.
Then after that, you got... aluminum cans, aluminum bottles for Coca-Cola Classic. And at the very bottom is fucking plastic bottles for Coca-Cola Classic. What are you laughing about over there, Rob?
One of these questions that's coming up. I fucking can't.
All right, no, we'll do it.
No, I like the glass bottle first. That's a good one.
You fucking better. All right. Read that next question.
Let's see here. The fuck does that even say?
What?
Cheap and TP guy. Okay, what made you guys fall in love with the unexplained? That's good. That's a deep question.
It is, man.
I'll let you answer first, because mine's kind of long and...
I don't recall. I've always been... So it started after I graduated from high school. Every Wednesday, I would go get a pizza from our local pizza shop called Hoagie's. The most fantastic pizza in the entire world. Delicious. I would go get a pizza from Hoagie's on Wednesdays, and I would watch Ghost Hunters on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Okay.
And it just... these investigations and stuff they would really turn me on. I would sit there and jerk off to Ghost Hunters while I eat the pizza. And then I started exploring a little more, and I saw that there was a lot of paranormal groups that were kind of popping up. And I mean, not necessarily popping up, but becoming more prevalent now that these guys were on the mainstream.
And then from there, it just kind of progressed. And I've always thought, Bigfoots, cool stuff.
Yeah.
Chupacabras, cool stuff. And then it's progressed into all these stories. I've learned so much from doing this podcast. I didn't know about all this stuff before I started doing this.
Right.
We'll go to different places and we'll find these stories and kind of, say, hey, we should cover this week. And we're learning a lot of cool stuff. And now that we're doing this, it's deeper and deeper. I'm starting to subscribe to a lot of conspiracy stuff that I normally wouldn't read about before. I'm starting to subscribe to a lot of stuff entailing demonic activity, all kinds of cool stuff like that. So I don't know what I would have to say. Ghost Hunters triggered it for me.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay, that's pretty sweet. It's the experiences that I had with what I told about, kind of like my ghost experience, that pretty much got me into the afterlife. I think it was right around that point is when I had I'm not necessarily going to say a falling out, but I'm going to say
your first period.
Yeah, that's I would say that's when it really kicked into me, like my pretty much the same belief in like religion that I have now. That kind of started.
Okay.
That kind of started the whole.
Fuck you, God.
No, just the whole doubting what you've been told. Pretty much just questioning things instead of just accepting everything.
I love it.
From there, I will say, and actually even beforehand, I was in high school when me and him were both in high school at the same time. 9/11. Afterwards, hearing a lot of the different stories, that was played a big part in it. Which that kind of opened my whole. I remember my third eye with the whole like conspiracy theory.
I watched
thing.
Loose Change a few years after 9/11. I watched that. I'm like, holy fuck, this might not have went down like we think it went down.
Yeah.
But since then, I've kind of I'm not super well versed in 9/11.
Yeah, I 9/11 did it. That the film Zeitgeist, that's another religion thing. And then like just sporadic things. Conspiracy theory with Jesse Ventura.
Oh yeah,
I was really into that whenever it came out. That's pretty much what opened my eyes to all the other crazy, things that. And JFK, of course.
Yes.
JFK was back in high school. That's another thing. Back in high school,
we're not that old.
That one of our science teachers actually showed me the Zapruder film.
Okay.
So that's I think that's the right word. But yeah, that's the first time I had ever heard of a different narrative as opposed to Lee Harvey Oswald.
Oh, I can't wait for that episode.
I cannot wait. It's gonna be nuts though.
It's gonna be silly. It's gonna be so silly.
So yeah, from there, it snowballs from there.
Yep. SG Kitchens. I'm sorry, I'm fucking falling apart over here. Why do hot dogs come in a pack of 10 and buns in a pack of 8? Do you just eat 8 and push your shit in with the 2 left over?
I mean, if you can, good for you.
Yeah, that's fine. Or maybe. SG Kitchens. Some people don't like their hot dogs and buns. You ever think about that? Sometimes I like to take a nice burnt hot dog and just eat it.
Or kids. Kids are little shits and don't eat buns.
Yes, that's very true. I fucking hate kids so much.
So here's it. Piggybacking off of that question, this is something that I was going to actually ask you about on a Patreon episode, but since it's kind of brought up here, I'm just going to do it right now.
Throw it out there.
I got to decide what type of a person you are. Because me, I have a huge fucking problem with twist ties. I fucking hate them.
Discard them.
I do not see the fucking point of them.
You grab.
That was going to be. I grab the bread, I spin it, tuck it under, set it down.
Set it down.
That's what I do.
And I put the twist ties in the fucking drain. And
my wife cusses me out for it.
Really?
I'm like, what? I was like, first off, if you think that twist tie is going to keep air out of that bag any more so than me spinning the shit out of it and tucking it under, you're high off your ass.
Or you can one-up it, and you just let the bread sit there with the fucking shit open, and you throw it away the next morning. That's usually what happens around here. Kids are like, I don't know what happened. I just put the bread down, and then you came in here this morning, and you threw it away like a big old natty asshole.
Yeah, zip ties are fucking stupid.
They are stupid.
Sorry, that's.
No.
I had to vent.
Valid. Very valid.
Okay, good.
All right. Jordan 25, JORRRRDAN 25. What was Bill Wilkins' life before he died in his own shit? Bill Wilkins actually was a palm reader. A lot of people don't know that he was a palm reader. And to go a step further, we actually got an IMDb Pro subscription, and one of the people on there who has their direct phone number listed is the guy that plays Bill Wilkins. I can't remember his name, but one episode, we're just going to fucking call the guy. It's not his agent's phone number. It's not, his publicist. It's his AT&T landline to his house. And we're going to call him, and he's going to be like, hello. And he's not going to sound like, he's just like, he's from New York. He's like, hello. And you're like, hey, is this Bill? He's like, who the fuck is this? This is Bill Wilkins. I can't wait to call him.
You may have heard of me.
Yeah, I can't wait to call him. All right.
Pitcher 13. How many jobs has Nick had? It seems like every episode I learn about a new job he's had.
Dude,
We talked about this too.
Have we?
I think so.
I don't know. I started off as a busboy when I was 16. After I was a busboy, I started working seasonal gigs at the Dayton Dragons professional baseball field as grounds crew. Then from there, I did seasonal jobs as a public works employee, mowing lawns on vacant houses. That was all in high school. And then after I graduated from high school, I got hired by a local police department full-time doing evidence maintenance, 911 dispatching, community service, animal control, parking control. And after that, I got laid off because the town went to shit. I took and completely exhausted my unemployment benefits because this is during the economy collapse. There were no fucking jobs.
Hell no, there wasn't.
But I was working under the table security for all that time I was off.
Right.
That shit was fucking cool. That was a lot of cool stuff. I saw all kinds of really fucking disgusting things. I saw people get shot. I beat up kids. I did all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah.
After that, I got hired at the prison. Worst experience of my adult life. My buddy says, hey, I can get you a job on the oil fields. I'm like, all right. Well, not really the oil fields, but just like, drilling in general. Drill, baby, drill.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. And then one of my buddies I used to play a band with, he's like, hey, how are you with working on robots? I'm like, if I can fucking do it, man.
I'm the best.
I'm pretty much the robot go-to guy on this side of the hemisphere. I knew nothing about what he was talking about. All I knew is it paid a lot more money than what I was making, and I didn't have to travel anymore.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, come in for an interview. And I said, all right. And I got the job. The rest is history.
The rest is hysterectomy.
Hysterectomies. That's right. That's what I'm handing out. Hysterectomies. That's my wife. Every time we get in the shower, she's like, where'd it go? It's going to go in your fucking mouth if you don't stop and be nice to me for a second.
All right, let's go down to the next one. I'm not gonna talk about my jobs because that question was directed to Nick. So, okay.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Turtles forever. Who has the bigger dick? I don't fucking know.
I think if we put them together, we can make half of a dick.
Dan Brown.
Dan Brown's dick. All right. Josh Zilla 009. How did you guys meet Bill Wilkins? He came from the Ed Lorraine Warren episode.
Right.
He's in the movie The Conjuring 2. He also known as the Enfield poltergeist. I think we'll definitely cover that sooner or later.
Oh yeah.
But we're like, hey, you want to come on our show? He's like, my name's Bill Wilkins, and I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I don't come on that stupid fucking podcast. And then we hung up. We hung up the phone on him, and then
He's a good guest, though.
Keeps on showing up.
Yeah, he knows how to make an appearance.
Like, my name's Bill Wilkins, and I died in shit. I'm 70 years old, and I died in my own shit. All right, Bill.
Something like that.
Fucking relax, dude.
Jeffrey LASIK
surgery.
Yeah, fucking. Is it only gay if another... Okay, of course they're going to ask us this.
Yeah.
Is it only gay if another man sticks his finger in your ass up to the second finger knuckle? The first knuckle is okay though, right?
I would like to answer that question first.
Let me see here. Okay.
When I used to wrestle in school...
Yeah, I know what you're going to already talk about.
We did this move called the Hershey Highway. That's where your opponent would shoot in on you. They would grab your legs and you would sprawl out, and they would teach you to take your fist and literally put it in the other guy's ass crack and like grab it and spin around to get behind your opponent. I would take a step further, dude, and I would make like a fucking bear claw with my hand. I would stab these. I was in middle school, and I would stab these men in the privates with my fucking fingers. And I remember I hit this one kid at this. It was a wrestling tournament that started at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know why they did. I think it's because the weather was going to be bad. This kid shot on me, and he was the size of a fucking ox. I knew he was going to rip my fucking guts out. So I said, all or nothing right here, buddy. So I fucking took my fist and my thumb, and I punched this kid in the asshole so hard. And I just grabbed and twisted. I ripped a hole in this guy's singlet, like the stretchy spandex.
Oh, shit.
I ripped a hole, and you could just you could hear like the hair popping out of his skin. Fucking twisting. It's like, yeah. And I remember the sound he made. He went, no. And I said, oh yeah. And I got him. And I said, oh yeah, you like that, don't you? You little fucking freak.
Oh, it's so good.
You like daddy's thumb in your ass. That was a second knuckle. You're gay now.
So to answer that question, as long as you don't have a whole finger up your ass, you're good.
Yeah, I don't know if that guy's gay or not now. But hopefully he is, because, you know, variety is the spice of life. So, next question.
All Allen? Yeah, All Allen 37.
Praise Allah 37.
Allah.
Disney movie you've cried the most watching. Only one Disney movie has ever made me cry, and that's Fox and the Hound from when I was a child. Toy Story 3 was deep, though.
Yeah, now I want to go outside of saying Disney movies in particular, because
Armageddon made me cry too.
I don't think Coco was Disney, was it?
Yes.
Or was that Pixar?
No, it was Disney.
Or is that the same? Okay, so Coco did.
Yes, it did make me cry.
Lion King, of course. And then the only other movie, I think I've said this before as well, the only other movie that's ever made me cry that I can recall was Click.
Okay, yeah, that's a tearjerker for sure.
Yeah, in the rain, the scene in the rain, that fucked me up. Every time I watch that movie and I know that scene's coming up, I have to turn it away because I'm like, I don't want to cry.
There was an article that hit the news waves this week with Tim Allen speaking in reference to Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
And he said one of the last scenes in Toy Story 4, he absolutely couldn't get through it. Like, it was so emotionally tear-jerking for him that he couldn't get through the scene. He eventually got it done.
After Toy Story 3, man, I can't imagine.
I know. I don't know what it is.
The whole garbage disposal scene is like, fuck.
Yeah. Please read this next question.
I don't know what the fucking name is. So Eric 97. Would you rather have... This is the question I was laughing at. Would you rather have a vagina on your forehead or dicks on your back like a stegosaurus? Is the question I was laughing at. I'm going to always go for the dicks on my back like a stegosaurus, because the stegosaurus was my favorite dinosaur ever.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I think at least the dicks on my back, if they're flaccid, I could at least kind of hide those.
Tape them down.
Yeah.
Like women with freakishly big udders have to, when they play soccer, like, I gotta tape these puppies down.
Even if they stay hard at all times, a vagina on my forehead, just imagine, like, because if it gets wet, it's going to drip down your nose, into your mouth, and into your eyes.
You walk by and see some handsome fellow, and you start gushing.
He starts head fucking you. Yeah, I'm going dicks. Dicks all the way.
I want to be stinky dicks, though. I don't want no clean dicks on my back. I want stinky. I want, when I walk past people, they're like, oh man, that stegosaurus back, man.
You smell like you got 24 dicks on your back.
Oh my god, so much ball cheese. Next question. Lumos 0703. That's
good
Lumos 0703.
Harry Potter.
How would a girl say she likes conspiracy theories to a guy without sounding like she wears a tinfoil hat, asking for a friend?
This is an awesome question. I like this.
Speaking from a guy's point of view, anytime a girl, my wife, anytime she says that she's into something I'm into, I'm like, that's awesome. Let's talk about it.
Right, but you could have those guys that aren't into it and that don't buy into anything. And
cut them out of your life. You don't need that negativity.
Yeah, you don't need that negativity. What I would say is you kind of
present it during sex for sure. Because you can get anything you want during sex. Right now, I am in debt about $2,000 to my wife in merchandise.
You're sitting there getting it. You're like, have you ever fucking heard of harp?
Yeah.
Pizzagate?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, Pizzagate. Oh, God. Yeah, spin over. Roll over. Oh, my God. Get on top. Move over here. Like, give me a hair tie.
Give it to me, Alex Jones. Give it to me.
There's no right way here.
There's no right way. I mean, obviously, if the person's semi-interested in it, you don't want to come out. I mean, here's the thing. It depends on the person. It completely depends on the person. If I were a single man and some lady or a woman, some man or a woman decided to talk to me about conspiracy theories, I'd be overjoyed because, I'm digging it.
Oh, man.
You got to feel the person out first. If they're not into it, just kind of brush over it.
And by feeling them out, don't touch them, because then you'll go to jail and you'll never be able to run for U.S. politics.
Or, if you're more confident, if they don't fucking like that you don't like that, you tell them to eat a dick, and you're going to do what you want anyways.
I do what I want.
Because you're a proud woman, and you don't need no man.
This is another question from Princess Hashtagger. Nickelback or Creed? Let me tell you something. Creed. All day, every day. Creed's my shit.
Yeah. Mark Tremonti is a fucking amazing guitar player.
I was listening to Creed while I cleaned today.
I don't listen to them anymore. But yes, I'm going to go Creed just based on musicianship.
All right.
Payton or Patton 418. Can we get another Alien or September 11th episode?
Next week is an Alien episode.
Next week is an Alien episode, yeah.
All
So
right.
you got that coming.
Andrew Melkor, Rob, how much would it take for you to butt chug a sixer of Zimas?
Realistically, let's see here. I don't know if I can get
a cool grand for sure.
I don't know if I can get the circumference of the bottle in my ass, first off. But
that's really shameful that you wouldn't even try.
I'm gonna say if I was gonna try a whole sixer, man, I would do so many things for money. I'd try for $1,000.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna cut this question off here. The second half of the question, Nick, if you had to jerk off an alien or a Dwayyo, which one would it be and why? I would jerk off both of them. Okay, but to skip past that, for $10 million, Rob, someone puts you in a 5x5 room, with a fucking mandingo, just a guy with a fucking raging caca.
Okay,
big old dick. He's waiting for you to suck it, and then in shuffles in your wife, your 3 kids, and your brother and your mom, and you have to suck this dick to completion in front of them for $10 million. Would you do it?
With all of them in the room, no.
With all of them, $10 million, you're letting it lay, and you're walking away.
I don't think I could. Now, if it was the others besides my kids, then I would take that $10 million.
Your kids are in there.
No, man,
you're gonna have to sit on your lap while you do it.
I can't do it with my kids in the room.
Let me tell you something, Rob.
$10 million is a lot of fucking money.
I would suck that dick so good that motherfucker would come back the second night. He'd be like, I got 10 more million. Like, oh, come on in, kids. We're going to Disney every day next week.
Man, the kids thing, that's what fucking kills it. Everything else,
your wife doesn't matter.
I would just throw $1 million to each person in the room and be like, shut your fucking mouth.
Just make this go away in your head. Make this not happen in your head ever again.
Yeah, I could deal with the rest with the kids, because I mean they're gonna end up fucking
they're impressionable,
murdering animals after that.
And after being around your kids as much as I've been around them lately, I think they would understand. Like your littlest one, he's mean,
yeah,
and he's hateful. And
but he's so sweet at the same time.
Every time I walk in, he's like, "What's up, butthole?" I'm like, "Come here." And I always give him a hug and I'll hold him. He's like, "Put me down, you jerk." I'm like, you know, Nick loves you, buddy.
He went through that phase where he just would automatically go for a nut shot.
Yeah, he doesn't do that to me anymore.
No, laid him out.
Yeah, I did. I fucking kicked him right in the fucking back and dropped him in the front yard.
Next question we got is, Jessaroo, what's the scariest movie you ever seen? I know you guys are fascinated with the paranormal and love to know what movie makes you shit your pants. You're welcome. Much love from South Wales, which we all know is in England.
Is I think it's definitely not.
It's not, but I just like to do that to fuck with people because they're gonna get pissed. Go ahead.
The original Paranormal Activity. When I saw that in theaters, I'm like,
theaters.
oh no! I was shitting my pants, dude.
Yeah, that was absolutely terrifying in theaters. Besides that, growing up, of course, The Exorcist
Didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, growing up, it scared me. The Ring.
Yes.
The Ring was a really fucking
movie.
scary movie. Yeah, it's dated now, but yeah, The Ring was really good.
It was.
I enjoyed it a lot. What was that one it was a really shitty movie looking back on it now, but at the time, The Grudge.
That was a scary one. Too.
that one fucked me up for a minute.
I got my butthole all tight on that one.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. But yeah, those are probably the ones that I remember most growing up.
El Giad Nitsua. These are all Instagram names. What's the worst creepypasta spoopy story you've ever heard? I know you guys love the spoopy stories, so I know there's going to be a good one.
All right.
And this question
I got an answer for this.
The worst.
Though, as in, well, it's the worst / scariest.
You answer it like it's the scariest, and I'll answer it like I fucking hated it.
Okay, cool. There is, and I'm going to go based off of when I first got into Reddit. The first subreddit I got into was, of course, r/NoSleep. Whenever I was first there, I was, there was a couple, I don't remember what the one was, but there was a couple of stories that really fascinated me. One was, it was like Lady in the Orange Dress.
Sounds hot.
I liked that one so much, actually, that I actually bought the short novel that actual author put out about that story.
That's
it was
good.
Yeah. And it was really good. There was a couple of them. Autopilot was another really good one. But yeah, that's if you can, I'm sure you can find it on No Sleep. I'm sure No Sleep Podcast has done, a reenactment of it.
They're
But
way better than us.
yeah, it's a really fucking good story. I enjoyed it a lot. But yeah.
For me, the biggest piece of shit creepypasta ever was the Russian sleep experiment.
Definitely.
That was a very far-fetched story, and
Right.
it was so
It would have been cool if the whole ending narrative wasn't in there about what the person said at the very end.
But then,
I think that's where it really becomes far-fetched.
right, but after we did that episode, we said, this is bullshit. It sucks. It's stupid. But then someone from Ukraine or Russia wrote us like, you must not ever think that these things never happen in Mother Russia because sometimes things like these happen. I don't remember the person's name, but they wrote us and said some fucked up shit happened back then. I'm just like, all right,
Yeah, and
keep it moving.
I definitely don't say that's, that it, I don't know. I don't think it happened. I would definitely say it's bullshit.
It didn't happen.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Christian the Human Ghost.
Good name.
How y'all in your early 30s but look like you belong on an episode of Cops circa 1994, back when the mullet was king and no shoes, no shirt, no service was more of an option and not a mandatory thing? I mean, is that a direct assault on my character? I don't understand the question.
Is that? Yeah. I don't.
We're just 30-year-old dads. We got dad bods.
I got a fucking sweet hard part in my hair. I don't have a mullet. I don't know what you're talking about. Nick's hair is pretty short on the sides and the back. There's no mullet there.
Funny story, though.
We live in the 90s a lot.
When I walked for graduation, though,
You did have a fucking raging mullet.
I grew out my hair the entire senior year. And then when we walked
It's pretty spicy.
the night before graduation, I went to my cousin. She's a hairdresser. And I went to her house. And I like fucking 10 o'clock at night. She's like, what the fuck are you doing here? I said, I need you to cut my hair into a mullet right now. She said, come on in. We'll do it. I did it. I went home to my mom. I said, Mom, guess what I did? She said, you got another tattoo. I said, no, I got a fucking mullet. And she got out of bed. She turned the lights on. She saw my mullet. And she said, you cut it off before you walk tomorrow.
No, she didn't. Did she really?
And I said, you will cut this mullet off my cold, dead body. I walked with the mullet. I put gel in it. I spiked it. I wore it for a week after graduation. I did not get hit on by any chicks. I did get offered a Mountain Dew on the house when I was waiting for my carry-out order at BW3's. That was the best thing that happened to me while I had a mullet.
That's so great. I wish everybody knew your mom. She's like she's the sweetest woman ever.
She is. Every time my dad makes her listen to this podcast, she sends me a text message that says,
I'm so disappointed.
It's just fucking bullshit.
you can read the next question, but I'm going to pull up her text message.
Sure.
She sent me the
Next,
other
we
day.
got Weird Vampire Boy.
Oh, God, yeah.
Why are you all so funny? I never really thought I'd laugh this much at such a cool podcast. Well, thank you very much. That's not a... I mean, I guess it's kind of a question, but...
Hold on. Mom's text message says, oh my God, podcast torture on the ride to the lake. Palm and face emoji.
I love her. She's great. Well, thank you for thinking that we're funny. I'm going to assume you're directing that towards Nick.
Oh, you're funny too, man.
Yeah, funny looking. I'm glad you can enjoy our podcast and you can laugh at it. That's what we're here for. You know, just like we said before, we want to kind of be, you know, make you forget about your,
yes,
the debt, the horrible, crippling debt that you're in, and the shitty day by day struggle of being a human that fucking cripples us all.
Not that bad.
I'm
just stuck this way. I don't like. Sometimes I say things and I'm not intending them to be funny.
Nick doesn't turn off. Like this is him. 24/7.
My wife hates me so much.
Next, we got one of our buddies,
Shriver.
Yeah,
Dude, the thing about Shriver, me and him went to preschool together.
That's wild.
And we used to sit there at the table, and they had to bring us 4 trays because we were big old motherfuckers.
he's so tall.
He's a big corn-fed asshole.
He's so tall.
He's like 6'13", and he weighs like 600 pounds, and he's just like a fucking mountainous man. I can't, but his dad's the same way. Anyways,
he's a great guy.
They had like hanging plants in preschool, and we would sit there at the table and like we'd have proton packs, and we pretend to shoot these fucking plants. Pretend to be Ghostbusters.
That's so great.
I'm like 4 years old. He said if you had to choose only one episode that you guys have covered to where you could actually go back and uncover the absolute truth to that crime/event, which episode would that be and why? Keep up the awesome work, dudes.
Such a good question.
It is. I have already... If you know what you're going to say, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I think I know, but I want to hear what you say first.
I'm going back to episode number 1.
There we go. Yep, there we go.
Live
the same.
Right next door to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but we are... Actually, no one knows this. We're going to circle back to Wright-Pat very soon. We're not telling you when. Maybe, I don't know, sometime in October.
Because some shit has went down.
Some shit just went down.
Yeah.
But we live right next door to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Something from Roswell went to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
This was after the Roswell crash. The debris from that crash was actually sent to Wright Field, which later became Wright-Pat, name change. Because we're talking, this is a big deal Air Force Base.
It is a big deal.
Big deal. And at that time, I think it was like the largest. I might be I don't know, but it was it's still a big deal to this day, but in those times it was a really big deal.
And just about a month or 2 months ago, there was a active shooter.
Yeah.
And then nothing become of it. Nothing.
They said it was at the VA hospital.
They're like,
Then they said it was a drill.
They said it was shotguns inside, but it was part of an exercise. You don't shoot guns inside as part of an exercise.
Yes.
They breached a fucking door, okay? They breached a door in a hospital and said, nothing happened. Nothing's going on. You don't know. You don't know what's happening here.
The story is completely crazy.
It is. So I would love to know what's happened there. I have people close to me that work there. They won't. When I ask about the aliens, they fucking run. So I would love to just find out.
That'd be great.
Yes.
Yeah. Even if it's not like something really crazy, I just want to know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
It's it's like lore around here.
Yeah.
You just want to know.
Just a quick question: did you pass gas for possibly?
I did not.
All right.
I wish. I'm too scared because I might shit my pants right now.
I'm really worried my cat might have took a shit here somewhere.
No, it definitely wasn't me.
Right.
Crack a beer show. What's your guys' prime method for ejaculate cleanup? Also, shout me out once I get the first episode up soon. No. And
we definitely will.
Nah, yeah, we definitely will. Is this if I'm jerking off?
I'll tell you my way, Dad. I like to let it dry on my belly, then turn it into Parmesan cheese. And I go down there to the lunchroom and I put it on everyone's spaghetti. They said, oh, last week on the spaghetti, we didn't have no Parmesan cheese. We got extra Parmesan cheese on the spaghetti today. Wonder where it came from. I'll tell you where it came from. I put some nut on my front butt and I scraped it off and I fucking drizzled it all over the spaghetti. And that's where I like to get rid of my goosh.
Some nut on my front
I
butt.
put my goosh on the noodles.
I scraped the nut off my front butt.
Oh man, these people.
Good question though. I do.
Very
like
good question.
Louv Gunnarsson. Have you actually gone to some of the haunted places you've talked about? And if you become one of the biggest podcasts within the genre, would you go and have live shows in other countries? I would love nothing more than to travel the world and meet all of you wonderful people.
That would be great. Hopefully, if we get enough, if we get enough support, then plane tickets aren't cheap. Then yeah, definitely. We have our live setup pretty much squared away at this point. We may build on that.
I'm not shipping our live setup to England.
That would be really rough.
The show would be in England for sure.
We'd have to meet up with another podcast around there and do something that way.
Those conspiracy. I don't think those conspiracy guys. I think they're based out of America. They have a huge following, but
they're great.
They are. They do like 6-7 hour episodes. Marathon.
Way too much.
Our
work.
wives would be fucking breaching the doors.
Oh, they would kill us.
Yeah, but
yeah. I would love. I want to do more live shows. As many places as we possibly can. I absolutely love doing them. I love meeting people. I love going to new places. All that shit. Have we ever gone to the haunted places we talked about? The only haunted place that we've talked about that I've been to, which is some of the local places, of course, which we talked about in our live show last year from Lucky Star Brewery, which we're gonna have on the 20th again.
Yeah.
Woodland Cemetery, of course.
I've been there. Yeah.
That's really right, Pat. That doesn't really count.
That's the only place I've been to is Woodland Cemetery as well.
Yeah.
Crybaby Bridge and Eaton.
Yeah.
Or there's one, I don't think we covered it. We had it in our notes, but we didn't cover it. There's one called the Oxford Light, and I went to that a few times, dude. You sit on this road, and the story goes there was a girl that lived at the bottom of the hill, and every night she would fall asleep, or her dad would fall asleep. She would go outside and wait for her boyfriend to come down the hill on his motorcycle, and he would, he would flash his headlights when he was getting ready to come down the hill. He died coming down the hill one night, and his head was chopped off. So now when you go down there and you flash your lights at the bottom of the hill, you can see this single motorcycle light riding at you. It goes up and, like, it's coming from the distance, but you can see it going up and down the hills in front of you. I shit you not, dude. If you go to YouTube and type in Oxford Light, this thing works almost every single time. And it's not
I'm assuming this is in Oxford?
Yes. Right down the road.
College town. Yeah. College town.
Right down the road from us. And it works almost every single time, and it's not two headlights. This is a single light. It looks like a motorcycle light. And some people say that you can see the accident happen. You can see the red lights shoot into the woods, and that's when he wrecked. You could see the tail lights go to the woods. And when I went once, you can see the red lights float into the woods. It's fucking gnarly, man. It is insane, and I could take you there right now, and it would probably fucking work. It's terrifying. There's no parking signs. It's in a really rural part of town. I know it gets really busy around Halloween time.
I'm all about that. That's pretty sweet.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, Oxford's a pretty crazy place. I like it. Right here.
Yeah, that's you, though.
All right, I'm down. Dylan Croyle, RSU. What drove you two to start a podcast? Hear another podcast and thought it would be a fun hobby, or just something you wanted to learn from yourselves? Dude, we're fucking an hour in and we haven't even got through all the Instagram questions. Sorry. We kind of touched on this. Nick already had a podcast. I like to record crappy bands in my spare time, and my crappy music myself. And yeah, it just happened. We talked about it for a while, and we finally just decided to stop procrastinating and do it.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
That's it.
Top Gun 88 Mustang. Cool.
So good.
This guy definitely has a mullet. If you were placed inside the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, how long do you think you would survive before chainsawed to death? Listen here. The thing about Delicious Nickalicious, I've got a fucking primal rage about me, okay? I will fight to the fucking end. I will bite your nose. I will suck on your teeth. I don't care. When it comes to fighting, I will fight. And when I used to get in the scrums in the prison and have to fight with these inmates and stuff, they'd be like, this motherfucker bit my cheek. And I'm like, I sure did, because I am not leaving in a body bag. And that's what would happen with this Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing. This guy would have to fight me. And he's not going to be fast with this chainsaw. He's going to have to put that thing down and put some fucking hands up. We're going to square up, and I'm going to knock that leather mask right off.
See me, I'm fast, so I can get the fuck away. You ain't catching me, buddy.
Right.
That was my big thing in high school. I was fast as fucking. Even though I'm old and fat now, I can still run.
They'd be making the movie about me and Rob. Now we got away.
But yeah. It's. I don't think we'd last long.
All right, I'm gonna skip. Oh god, I'm gonna skip this question because we kind of already answered it.
Cool. Skip that next one.
Hello, Christy. I just want to shout out. Hello, Christian from Canada, one of our most favorite listeners ever. Alex Grace 1121. Have you ever considered doing an in-depth episode of different creatures from other countries? We definitely have cryptoids on the agenda.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Cryptoids just don't hit that hard as far as what the people like. We like them, but we are definitely going to probably do an episode where we cover more than one, not just like a Chupacabra episode or a Dueo episode. We're going to do one with like a potpourri, but it's coming.
Yeah. Token ENT. Token, like the black guy off South Park. Do you guys watch wrestling? I know Nick is always making reference current and past. I'm a huge wrestling fan and always love them. Thanks. Also, eat my ass.
We would love to.
Let's see that ass first.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. This is your bread and butter.
Okay, I love wrestling. I'm not a huge fan of it right now. I still watch it. I catch it. Today while I was cleaning, I was watching SummerSlam 1992.
Ooh, that's old school.
Yeah, that was a good one. But
is that Ultimate Warrior?
The Ultimate Warrior was there. Randy Savage,
Ric Flair.
Intercontinental title match. Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect. It was a fucking good match, man.
Nice.
I love wrestling. I love old school wrestling.
Yeah.
All the way up through the Attitude Era.
Attitude Era is my bread and butter. Yeah,
and I still watch. Not super die. I know everything is going on right now, but I'm not super diehard.
I'm getting back into it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We went to an event.
Yeah, we did. We went to Raw's War.
It was good.
It really wasn't Raw's War, but
Undertaker was there, so
yeah, that was. We fangirled like little bitches.
We did. Oh my god!
I was like, holy shit, it's him!
We got up on our seats, and this like 100-pound security guard's like, "Hey, you gotta get down." I said, "Oh, you gonna make me get down?
You fucking make me. It's Undertaker.
I'm Nickalicious from the Brohio podcast. Get me
I was
down."
wearing my podcast shirt. I was still waiting on fucking Dolph Ziggler to notice me.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Fucking asshole.
All right, next question.
There we go. A free mountain. Oh, that's so cool. Personal cue. Are you gonna ban me if you guys don't like the candy I sent you? Oh, okay. Promise you film it when you try. God, sorry. P.S. A small square candy box for your kids. They are all wonderful. We didn't give anything to the kids.
No, the baby has been coming down. No, funny story. The recording area is in the lower level of my mansion, and the baby is finally. She can go down the steps now.
Okay.
And when she's home with me, she'll like go down the steps. I'm like, I don't fucking care. She'll come back up in a minute. And she'll come back up, and she's like, she got like red stuff running down her face. And I'm like, what the fuck do you have? And she keeps on coming down here and getting the little boxes from that she sent us for the candy. These little like, and then finally she brought up a handful. I tried one. I'm like, that is delicious. But yes, my kids have been eating. We love the candy.
There was one of those candies that was fucking rancid. I don't know what it was, but it was really small. It was like kind of like a rectangle shape, and it was black, and it was really salty.
Yeah.
It was the fucking horrible.
Tastes like smegma.
It wasn't the black licorice tasting one. That had like a spicy center.
One of them tasted like Goodyear tires, like scraps.
That was that one.
Yeah.
The other one was, oh my god, it was hellacious.
Yeah. Tice P. Sanders. What's the funniest / worst scene? What's the funniest / worst thing you all have seen while working?
While working?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
When I was working once, I think I might have told this story before. The guy I was working with, he said, "Hey, go up there in that cell on the second floor and check and see think that guy's smoking drugs in his cell. I was a new CO. I said, I'm gonna go get him. I'm gonna go get this motherfucker. And I go up there and I pop the door open. This fucking guy is squatting on his toilet with a mustard bottle, shooting water up his ass, douching himself out because he just got done getting fucked in the ass. And I said, oh no. And I shut the door and I said, oh my God, that smells bad. To piggyback off that, there was like community shower service, like community shower there at the prison.
Mm-hmm.
I walked by once. There was this like 70-year-old man that I knew was a child molester. He was like, fetal position up in the corner of the shower, and there was this just fucking monstrous dude that never talked. I wouldn't look at this guy. I never asked him how he was doing. I never told him, hey, get in fucking line. I just didn't fuck with this dude. But he was in the shower too, and this old man is like quivering in the corner, like. It looks like a chihuahua in a Sarah McLachlan commercial. Like, for $2 a month, you can sponsor this dog so he doesn't get fucked anymore. And sure as shit, I walk past the shower and he's like huddled up like he's having a seizure. And I kind of look in the shower, not their dicks, but just to see like if there's anything. And there was like smashed up poop on the ground.
Aww.
And he definitely gotten had sex with. He'd definitely been raped in the shower. And I just stood there thinking to myself, what are you gonna do, Nick? So I just walked away.
God damn it.
That's what you get for touching kids, you fucking chomo.
Yeah, I can't really feel too bad for that.
No, I didn't feel bad. Fuck him. I hope he's dead.
Okay, me, at the time it wasn't funny, but I told a story about when I stepped in that hobo's turd.
That was awful.
Looking back on it now, that's pretty fucking hilarious. The whole escapade that happened afterwards, but yeah, I don't remember which episode it was.
Right. If
you've listened to all of our episodes, you know what story I'm talking about.
Blue Swain says, my question is for Bill Wilkins. So, Bill, how do you feel about Nick and Rob? Ha 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 ha. Well, he's not here today, so we can't propose the question. He did say he likes getting his salad tossed by Nick and Rob, so there's that little bit.
Hi.
Yeah.
Next, we got Miss Latino Lupelu. What is the creepiest paranormal thing that has happened to both of you when you used to be prison guards? Because all prison guards have spooky stuff.
I got told a story about the guy coming up the steps that almost fucked me up.
Yeah, you told... I don't remember if you told it on the podcast, but you told the story about the
guy in the window?
Yeah, the white dude.
I've told that before, too.
Yeah. Honestly, nothing really scary ever happened to me. Nothing that I can really say that I experienced. The old side of the annex jail that they didn't use anymore, just the overall feel there was really creepy and really like scary, especially because a lot of people died over there. But as for actually experiencing anything, like I said, we would bring new guys over to the old side. All of us, we would go over, like we would plan this out beforehand, and we would go and we would hide in.
Rape them.
We would rape the new guys.
Oh, no.
We would hide in the psych cells, which were like the padded rooms. It was like a single cells, padded rooms, and then
hey motherfucker, my couch pulls out, but I don't.
So, and this was like halfway through the old annex, and we would go in there and we would hide. We would shut the door, and then whenever they'd bring the new guys through and they'd open up the door, we'd jump out and scare the shit out of them.
Booga booga, motherfucker! You won't get raped. Yeah. Oh no.
But yeah, I mean, nothing really scary ever happened to me.
Bella Luando Ski Art. Bella Luando Ski Art. What's the creepiest thing your kids have ever said to you? Ooh. Also, who's your favorite kid?
I can answer both those questions.
All right. Go ahead.
I've talked about this before. My firstborn, we went to a cemetery, and this isn't anything they've really ever said to me, but we went to a cemetery that's local to us, a cemetery from like the late 1700s, early 1800s. It's kind of back behind businesses. Nobody really gives a shit about it anymore. As we were leaving, he looked back over into the children's section of the cemetery and waved repeatedly at somebody that was not there. We had the kid put down after that.
God rest his soul.
And coincidentally, that's also my favorite child.
Yeah. Now, one time I was in the basement here at my house, and this was Sophie. She's the one that did the Kids Who Talk to the Dead episode. You can hear her voice in the beginning of that, so you can see she has a creepy fucking voice. She was looking outside, and I was working on my ping pong table, and I looked up at her and said, "What are you looking at, Soph?" And she said, "I see the devil." I said, "Okay." And she just kept on like smiling at me. And then she stopped smiling at me and just rolled her head back to the outside and kept staring outside like, no. And I said, "Get the fuck down from the window. We're leaving. Come on. We're leaving." But and now to this day, when we ask her about it, she's like, "I was just messing with you."
She's so awesome.
Job well done.
Congratulations.
You win this time.
Next question. Mick Wood, 85. If you could choose 3 things to know or go back and see, what would they be? Who killed JFK? Was 9/11 an inside job? How we had alien visitors? Who killed Jean-Benet Ramsey? 3 things, boys, from a world of conspiracies. What? Boys from a world of conspiracies. Okay. So, if you could choose 3 things, that's 3 things is being pretty on it. Like
out of the 3, I feel like
I think he's just giving examples there. I think he's just asking if you could pick 3 things to go back and see, and then he just gave those as examples.
Mick Woods is
I don't know.
She's a female.
Okay.
Her name's Alicia. She's awesome. We've sent her stuff. But she's got like 15 screen names.
Ah, okay.
But we talk to her a lot. She's awesome.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I'm assuming.
I just don't assume her gender, please.
Please don't get triggered. I'm sorry.
No, she won't. She's awesome.
I'm going based off of the name of what I see here.
All right. I don't care about the aliens that much. I would like to know who killed JonBenet because I want justice brought to them. As for JFK and 9/11, I obviously want to know about this because that would change the foundation this country was built on. I mean, it could change everything. Honestly.
Absolutely. I think 9/11 is going to be my pick for my number 1. And then, of course, JFK is going to be 2. Because, those are going to... I feel like if we knew the truth about those 2 things, those could, single-handedly almost destroy the government.
It could, for sure.
Definitely,
yes. Yeah. But it wouldn't, though.
Nobody would trust the government of anything they say. People don't trust the government now, so if we figured out definitively, it would be wild.
Yeah. Harley 2018, what is actually wrong with you guys? Well...
Do you have all night?
One time, when it happened a lot, I used to have an uncle, and he would take me into his room, and he would give me candy, and he would pet me and tell me I was beautiful, and he would say, "Hey, you want to blow up a balloon?" And I would say, "Yeah, I love balloons." And he'd say, "Well, this balloon's shaped like my dick." And I would say, I don't want to blow your dick." "But I will."
That's where it started. No, seriously, what fucked me up was the prison. Like, no fucking joke. That place fucked me up.
Yeah, it really does fuck with you.
I was not even in an ink. There was not even close to how I was not this fucked up before I started there.
Yeah,
I was a little fucked up. I was funny, but that place definitely did me in for sure.
Yeah. I was 19 whenever I started my corrections. Yeah, I should not have been in that position at 19.
Right.
Yeah, it pretty much killed me on the inside. So yeah,
yes, very good, very good.
Here we are.
Special Brew 9. Have you ever tried a Gorilla Biscuit? I don't know if I've ever officially had a Gorilla Biscuit before. I had sex with a homeless guy one time. Quite similar. I'm not really sure what a Gorilla Biscuit is.
That's what I'm looking up right now.
Gorilla Biscuits, Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, buddy.
Slang term for Quaaludes.
Yeah,
used back in the 70s and 80s.
All right.
Get the Jello pudding pops. Take the Jello pudding pops.
Methaqualone.
And you put it in the drink. And then after drink the Jello pudding pops, then you take it back to the Motel 6, and that's when you put your dick in the butt. And then after you're done putting your dick in the butt, you're gonna go to jail for a long time.
Coincidentally, there's a straight edge hardcore band named that.
Gorilla Biscuits?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
But anywho, no, I have not.
I don't do drugs at all. I can't do drugs.
Into that question?
I just, like, my body can't handle foreign substance. All it can handle is cholesterol and grease. It can't handle drugs and alcohol.
Next, we got Bree Y. I touch myself to platinum blonde wearing drag thinking of you guys. Is that gay? Well, if you're a male or a female, no.
I think Bree Y is a drag queen, if I am correct. And at first sight,
you're gonna piss somebody off if not.
At first sight, I was like, no, I'm fairly certain.
Either way, no, it's not.
And I'm
unless you want it to be gay, then hey.
Yeah, we think you're hot, Bree Y. I mean,
do you, baby boo?
Yeah, send us anything you want to send us.
Fuck, man, get it on. I don't
get it, girl
or boy, get it.
Do what you do.
Peter DM22, when Rob Dawg gets popcorn lung from vaping, can I move to Ohio and fill in for him? Well, first off, I'm not going to get popcorn lung from vaping because I only do it whenever I'm here. And second off, fuck you. No, you cannot.
We don't have the vape out this week.
No, we don't.
I forgot to get it out. I think it might be dead.
That's a bummer.
I think it might be...
I got to get my own and stop freeloading.
No, it's fine. I don't use it, so... But, yeah, Peter DM. Once Rob dies, he'll have no say in any of this. You can join in. Actually, after he dies... I'm going to pay, like have people pay to join me every week. So you pay $1,000 and you can sit here.
I kind of want to kill myself now.
Don't let me stop you. Jeez. When I die, Brohio dies. We should get Brohio on our tombstones.
I'm down.
I'm getting cremated. And
down with the
putting
clown.
a dildo. Check on 313. Who would win in a Jedi-style fight between the alien Thud from Skinwalker Ranch and Sasquatch? Both of them have shared just a bottle of Jack Daniels together, and they both have 18-inch black mamba dildos as the weapons of choice.
Thud.
Let me tell you something. Y'all don't know. Don't sleep on Thud, because that motherfucker's got hands.
Yeah, he does.
They don't call him Thud because they call him Thud. They call him Thud because that's what your body does after you fuck with Thud. Yeah. Thud. Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, don't ever sleep on Thud. Jamie Moran, 16. What do you think is the best evidence you've came across that could prove something of the paranormal?
Man, I saw this video on Facebook last week of this security guard sitting in the front lobby of some type of facility.
Yes, I saw that.
Did you see the apparition that came through? It marches through, and then you can see in the CCTV, this security guard stands up and he's like, "What the fuck was that?" And he starts pointing at where it went through.
Yeah.
And then he starts looking at the camera like, "Did you see that shit? Did you see that shit?" And then you watch the video, and sure as shit, man, you see some type of white apparition float through. And I'm thinking to myself, man, that's either they did some serious doctoring of this stuff, or that was like a full body apparition.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Now that one kind of, I was like, ooh, that's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. There's a lot of cool evidence, but it's hard to, you know.
These days, it's so easy to fake shit. It's hard to know.
I fake orgasms all the time.
I don't know. I just don't fucking know. I'm just here. I try to stay alive.
No idea. You can read the next question because I have to fix our peak tracks.
Okay. Kate woke up. What do you think about the flat earth theory, especially the idea of the ice wall and government's prevention of people going to the Arctic for apparently no reason? Well,
I think you people are fucking lunatics.
I definitely do not think that flat earth is a good theory. The earth is definitely round. The Arctic wall, ice wall, is fucking... it's almost it's more stupid than flat earth.
I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I don't buy into any of it. I don't know. There's kind of, there is prevention from going there.
Yeah.
As to, what the reason is for that, I don't know. But it's definitely not to shelter you from fucking ice walls. Come on, people.
Keeping you away from Hitler.
Jesus.
Deadbeat Diamond, do you think the moon landing was a hoax? Also, what kind of beer do you think Bigfoot would drink? Yes, I think the moon landing was a hoax, and Bigfoot definitely drinks Bud Light Lime. Throw it to you, Rob.
I'm going to go with yes, and I will second Bud Light Lime.
Dark Panda 89.
Or Natty.
Dark Panda 89. Do either one of you have your wives lick the old 9-volt butt battery?
Never.
Absolutely not. I spew pure vile sludge. She's not doing it. She's better than
My
that.
ass is way too hairy to ever let anybody near. It hasn't seen sunlight in fucking 20 years. Get back! So no, thank you.
All right, next question. You read it.
Let's see here. Brad's 94. If you got abducted, would you tag team an alien, buttfuck style, intergalactic three-way, bros? I think they would be butt fucking us if we got abducted.
No, dude.
I don't foresee a situation where
They would take one look at my majestic penis and be like, "We must be fucked by him. We cannot fuck him. We must feel that cock." I sound like Stephen Hawking on an alien.
Oh man.
Could you please put air in my tires?
Too soon.
No.
No.
Why would you do that? Yeah. GD Peace Turtle. I love peace turtles. What's the worst thing you've ever done for money?
I've ate a lot of really nasty shit. That's about it.
I was working at the strip club when I was doing security, and I watched a guy spit his drink all over a stripper. The owner kicked him out. He went to the side door. He said, "Hey, if I give you $500, will you let me back in?" I said, "Step the fuck right in, right here. Come on in." So he comes in, and the owner's like, "I thought I kicked this guy out." I was like, "You did." "Yes, you did, but he wants to come back in." And the owner's like, he played like professional football, just
Yeah. I
huge
remember you telling me that, yeah.
And he said, "No, get him the fuck out of here." I said, "No, he's coming back in." And he said, "No, he's not." And I said, "All right, sir. I'm sorry." So then I walked him outside, and the guy said, "I'm going to need to get that $500 back." I said, "Not today, you're not. Get to stepping before I call the police, dude." And so that was like a strong arm robbery. If you are listening,
so good.
if you are listening, sorry about that $500. But
I know he's listening, but hey,
it definitely went towards my mortgage, if that makes you feel any better.
You helped pay a man's house bill. Good for you. All right, we got Thin Hall. How many pennies can you fit inside of a snapping turtle's ass, and how heavy would it be? Approximately 4 and 20 pounds.
I can't speak from experience. You can fit an entire roll of pennies in a turtle's ass, and it makes them weigh 17 ounces more. Next question.
There we go.
Brody Daniels, what was your favorite TV show as a kid?
Oh, this is a hard question.
I had a lot of them.
I had tons.
Talk about this all day.
Yeah, which I think we have before.
I like Step by Step, Family Matters, Home Improvement, Full House, Boy Meets World, all the stuff for TGIF.
Yeah.
But I also love Monday Night Raw. That was my shit. Every Monday.
Yeah, that was good. I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling growing up, but I still snuck and watch it.
It's because you were molested.
Whenever I was really young, Pee-wee's Playhouse was my favorite show. From there, it went to Power Rangers, and then let me see here. I got really big into Saved by the Bell, Boy Meets World, and then all the fucking Nicktoons of the 90s. So Rugrats, Hey Arnold, even not even the Nicktoons, even like Hey Dude and all that shit. So Salute Your Shorts.
It's all good shows.
All the good stuff.
I lost my spot, so I'll let you take the next question.
All right, Stephanie Douching. Douching. You guys love all the wonderful spoopy stuff, so what are your biggest fears? Also, what do you think is the worst way to be tortured? Love you, sickos.
I'm terrified of the open ocean, just like
That's
being
terrifying.
like a shipwreck
Yeah.
and just floating there in the middle of the ocean.
Like in the Mariana Trench,
Yeah.
whatever it's
And the
called.
jellyfish brushing my foot.
Giant squid.
Yeah, I'm not down with OPP when it comes to that. Yeah, you
No.
know me.
Yeah. Biggest fears. I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of heights. They kind of fuck me up if I'm not feeling safe. If for some reason I'm totally comfortable riding roller coasters and shit like that. But if you want to take me like zip lining or something like that, I'm not fucking doing it. It's scary as shit.
Waste of time.
Yeah, fuck it. I might do it, but I might poop on the way down. You might have to clean my ass, but it's okay. Worst way to be tortured. What do you think?
The people having stuff shoved in their fingernails sounds pretty fucking awful.
That sounds fucking horrible.
Having your tongue cut out.
Yeah.
Shit like that. There's so much stuff that they've done to torture people. They've injected bleach into people's veins. They've done anything you could think to do to a human. They've done it. Although I would like us to waterboard one another one day here while we're just to fucking try it, because I think it'd be cool.
Might get a couple views.
What's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you guys? Details, please. And this
That's
is
from OG Fart.
OG Fart. I've said this before. I started school very early. I was young. I was a boy genius, okay? I was a fucking brain. No, I wasn't. I just did really well in the kindergarten test. My mom was like, I'm sick of him being at home. Put the motherfucker in kindergarten. Anyway, so my classmates were always a year or more older than me, at least a year older than me. And then in 6th grade, 7th grade, I can't remember what it was, we were at our friend Danielle's birthday party at her house, and everyone's chilling or drinking punch, not the regular punch, but the punch where they put the sherbet in the punch, just delicious stuff.
R or B? Danielle.
B.
Okay.
No, R.
Okay,
R.
gotcha. Okay.
She was R, she's B now.
okay,
Yeah.
gotcha, yeah.
And I'm at her party, and then, of course, one of my friends, Chris, he runs up behind me and grabs me hold of my Levi dungarees and de-pantses me. And everyone had started to go through puberty, but I wasn't really old enough yet, so I still had a baby dick. I'm hanging out with big kids, but I still had a baby dick.
Perfectly smooth, but...
And, right, and he de-pants me, and when he de-pants me, he grabbed my underwear, too, and he fucking ripped my jeans and my underwear down.
Oh, Chris.
Right in front of this girl that we had known our entire life named Candy.
I broke her collarbone in football.
I know, I remember that. That's what I don't know why she played football, but
Oh, yeah, I did.
and she saw my entire baby dick, and she lived like a block away from us growing up, and I just stayed away from her for a little while, and that was really embarrassing for me. But then that next year, I started getting some hair in my nuts and stuff, so I bounced back.
Started whipping it out at inappropriate times.
Yeah, and I have
Trying to rebound.
Dude, I have mad sex with my wife all the time. Like, sometimes she's not awake for it and stuff, but I still, So, in the end, I won. I got the treasures in the end. My riches aren't here. My riches are in heaven, Rob Dawg.
I feel you, man.
No, you don't.
No, I really don't. I don't remember. I've talked about it before. I think I've had a couple embarrassing things that I've talked about, but I don't. Here's the thing. I've had embarrassing things happen to me, but nothing that like almost traumatized me. Besides the one time my sister almost walked in on me jerking off.
And I remember we talked about this before, and I want to
Yeah.
say it, and you're like, my sister's gay now. I'm like, yeah, I want to say it, but you said it. So she caught you jerking off, and now she doesn't like boys.
Yeah. No, that's honestly at the top of my head. That's the first thing I think of. But I mean, looking back at it now, I don't feel embarrassed about it now. But I think at the time I was mortified.
Let me ask you this.
Sure.
As a father of 3 boys,
Sure.
you're going to catch one of them fuckers jerking off.
No doubt. Yeah.
What are you going to do when it happens? You just going to shut the door and let him finish? Or are you going to be like, you got the technique all wrong? You're holding that thing all wrong. Here's how you hold it. It's like trying to get a snake out of the grass.
That's going to be really embarrassing.
That's going to be really embarrassing.
That's going to be really embarrassing because I know it's going to happen.
And then you're going to have to talk to him afterwards like, son, I knew, I saw what you were doing in there.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's okay to explore your body.
I think it's going to be a topic for a later conversation whenever that happens. I think that could probably fill up its whole episode. But yeah, I got 3 boys. Inevitably, it's going to happen.
Oh, man.
If I remember anything like what I was like, it's definitely going to happen. No doubt.
Anything.
There was no couch cushion left unturned in the house.
Oh, no. Give me that motherfucker.
I'm about to fuck this couch so good.
I'm gonna fuck. Yeah, you think you like it like that. You like it when my mom sits on you, but you really like it when old Rob Dawg be laying on you, laying the pipe on you, old lazy boy looking motherfucker. Old lazy boy, brown corduroy looking motherfucker. Got that big old lazy dick for that lazy boy. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
I don't either.
Kendrick Rivas. So who's going to give me head first and swallow? Delicious. I'm going to say we'll both do it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not from Greenland. What's Bill Wilkins' favorite sex position? And if you've never heard of this position before, it's called the demon dick. That's where this is you lay, the woman lays flat on her back, and then the man lays below her, and they form a cross. Bill enters you from behind, but you guys form a cross. So you guys are kind of perpendicular with one another.
Okay.
And then that's kind of like Catholic ritual type thing. That's his favorite thing to do right there.
I could see that. Pretty hot.
Yeah. Next question. Well, let's skip that one because this person already has a question.
Yeah, and the next one too.
Yep.
Do you ever take laxatives for the pleasure of taking a wild shit?
We don't need laxatives for that.
Hell no.
Listen,
Morin0993. I shit 2 to 3 times a day. I think I probably have colon cancer. They're really creamy. I use baby wipes and I have to use like 10 or 12 each time I have to wipe. So yeah, I think I'm good.
My wife and I were talking about the prospect of you and I going on this Bigfoot show, and she's like, "What's Rob gonna do with no doo-doo wipes?"
I'm packing them.
I don't know what he's gonna do.
I'm packing them. There's no way I'm just gonna wipe my ass and just throw it in the woods.
And listen, I've never had a workplace before where I have to go to the bathroom next to people, but now I do.
Yeah.
And I want to say that I am perfectly healthy because I sit down and it's just like, and it's done. These people come in here and they're like, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on over there? And they're like, you can see their fucking shoelaces shaking and shit.
Their feet are crossed.
Yeah.
They're like,
oh no, I've never eaten grandma's brisket ever again because I got a pink sock. I gotta drag my asshole out of the toilet, push it back up inside me when I'm all done here. So yeah, but I'm normal. Like as far as the wicked shits, I get the stomach flu about once a year, and that's good enough for me. I'm all cool with that. So
yeah, I don't need laxatives to shit.
right.
I enjoy my shits.
We're gonna skip that one because we've already answered that question. Gail the Snail, if you had to be stuck in a room all night with a very angry ghost and also had to be with one of those people, who would you pick? Zach Baggins, who would obviously piss it off even more, Snooki from the Jersey Shore, or Cardi B?
They're all pretty annoying.
Very annoying. I feel like the most down-to-earth one would probably be Zach Baggins. And
I'm going Snooki, man.
he's the ultimate bro, too, so...
Yeah. He is.
You like Snooki?
I don't have a problem with her.
I think she's probably mellowed out a lot since she had the kids and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Cardi B gets on my fucking nerves.
Yeah, I would like to fucking drop kick her right in the chest, and hopefully she falls back hard enough to hit Kanye West and kill him too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
We already had a question from that one.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that question. I think it's stupid. Clarissa Zimmer, do you believe in any conspiracy theories?
No.
I believe in a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't necessarily, but that's the thing about conspiracy theories. You can't definitively say one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why it's a conspiracy theory.
Right.
But
right.
I definitely think there's a lot of things we don't know about the government. I definitely think there's a lot of things that go on that we don't have all the answers for.
Absolutely. I would say that most conspiracy theories probably are shit, but I still like to believe that there's a possibility that they could be true, just because it's fun to think about.
Yeah.
I want to believe that we didn't really fucking land on the moon. You know, that
what business do we have up there anyways?
we wanted to win the race. We wanted to say that our dicks were bigger than the Russians. That's all it was.
Yeah.
So we faked it.
Science has proved that they're not. We fall middle of the line. Russia's closer to that like 6-7 inch line. I read a statistic the other day. So the average male penis in America is 3.5 inches long.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I said, "Oh goddamn, then, baby girl, I'm swinging.
I'm above average,
I
baby.
got me a Louisville Slugger down here. You know, he's about the same size as all the other bats, but he ain't that small after all. You know what I mean?
Makes you feel good.
He a big boy. It ain't about the hitting the back, because you know your boy can blow out the sides of a tuna can if he wants to.
Short and thick.
I'm shaped like a summer sausage. Just kidding. Everything you hear about my penis is completely made up. Mrs. Captain America 01, one of our longtime listeners.
She's great.
Are you guys going to be at the True Crime Podcast Festival in Chicago next July?
Maybe.
Hopefully.
That'd be great.
Chicago is the target for the next live show that's not Ohio.
Yeah, that's a big place I want to get to there. I want to get to Indianapolis, maybe Pittsburgh.
Yeah. We should reach out to some other podcasts that
there's some areas that, I'd like to make a weekend trip to.
Yes, Washington D.C. is my absolute most. I crave to go there.
I want to kick it on the West Coast.
I love California.
I've never been
so much.
I've never been on the other side of the Mississippi, so I've been all over the East Coast, but never anywhere on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll take any place.
We finally made it to the Facebook questions, Rob.
Whew, and we're only almost an hour and 50 minutes in.
What time should we cut this off?
Let's see. We're gonna
save real quick.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this.
Yeah.
All right, we've decided to do 10 more questions from.
We're cracking into the Facebook questions.
Facebook questions.
Yep.
And then we'll have enough questions for a whole nother episode. Honestly.
Yeah.
So.
That's awesome.
The first question's from Elizabeth Repper. If you could eat a meal with anybody, dead or alive, who would you choose? Dude, I'm particularly fond of old Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
I think I just want to know what he sounds like, his mannerisms, what inspired him, what was his thought process through everything that he achieved and everything he accomplished. There was I would, in that breath also, to go to the other end of the spectrum, I would like to have dinner with someone crazy like fucking Hitler, or just so I could sit there and be Nick and be like, so what did he do to you? And you're like, what are you talking about? When back when you used to get fucked in the ass.
As a Mexican Hitler, I like that.
Yeah. Back when you used to get fucked in the ass, that made you so upset over all this stuff. Why are you killing all these people? I just want to, pick the brains of
that'd be pretty cool.
People that had such an influence on history.
Yeah, I get that definitely. I would pick Leonardo da Vinci. I've always had a huge interest in Da Vinci. I think he's probably the most fascinating human ever.
Leonardo da Vinci, the turtle?
No.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But yeah, I would love to hang out and pick the brain of Leonardo da Vinci.
That's deep. Would you make out with him?
I mean, if he's down.
Dude, I bet his breath stunk so fucking
I bet
bad.
it's fucking horrible.
You lean in forward like, oh, no, I'm good, man. You got donkey breath. I can't do it. Morgan Mac writes, what is your favorite Harry Potter movie and why? I'm going to send this one to you.
I'll say this is my cup of tea. And I'm going to be totally honest. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I've never watched all of them. I'm so into the books that after let's see here. After the Philosopher's Stone was a pretty good movie based off of the book. That was really good. Chamber of Secrets was okay. After that,
I like Prisoner of Azkaban. That was my favorite movie.
Prisoner of Azkaban is my favorite book.
Okay.
Out of the whole series, that's my favorite book. Prisoner of Azkaban, the movie wasn't too bad. Once you get into Order of the Phoenix, it doesn't differ a lot, but there's just a lot of details that you can't capture in a movie.
Right.
And after that, I kind of tuned out, but I'm a huge. I can't even count how many times I've read the series, and I've never wanted to taint the image of how it ends with the movies. Even though I do, I think that, and it has nothing to do with the character selection. It's all to do with the ability to not fit that much detail into movies.
Okay, I can respect that. Andres Herrera, considering your recent WWE trip, what would your dream matchup in wrestling be, and what match type?
Ooh. Go ahead. I'm gonna stew over this.
So right now, in my opinion, the greatest wrestler in the world is AJ Styles, and my coming of age, the greatest wrestler in the world was Shawn Michaels. So I would love to see Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles in a ladder match, because ladder matches and Shawn Michaels go together like my ass and Rob's dick.
Hey, at least I'm the pitcher.
Yeah. But I think that would be a fantastic match. I was a big fan of Hulk Hogan back in the day, but he was around forever, and I feel like he wrestled everybody. He wrestled The Rock eventually, and he wrestled everybody. So I would really like to see AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels. Well, I promise, when Rob and I went to Raw, Shawn Michaels still looks like he can fucking wrestle. Like,
yeah.
Right now.
He has that really bad alcoholic voice.
Everything he talks sounds like this.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be wrestling much longer.
He had a pack of Copenhagen in his back pocket.
He did. And they are working something out with. They undoubtedly have worked something with him. He's going to do another match.
Yeah, I would think so.
It's in the rumor mill that he's going to wrestle again. So hopefully they can find that match with
Fuck that can.
Fuck that can. Hopefully they can get something together with him and the old AJ Styles.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I am if I'm going back, my two favorite wrestlers growing up were Shawn Michaels and, of course, Steve Austin.
Austin 316 says I just turned this podcast off. He's really good.
He really is. But at the same time, I was also a huge fan of Kane.
He's the mayor now.
I'm gonna go triple threat between those three.
Really? That's probably happened somewhere.
I'm sure it has happened, because I think, because Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold they were around together, and I'm sure it probably has happened. I don't know if a triple threat has happened, but I'm sure those three, two of those people have fought each other.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold has.
Yeah,
I remember right.
I would also like to see,
but everybody in their prime. I don't want to see any modern day Stone Cold and modern day.
The absolute
Shawn Michaels.
The absolute pro was Macho Man as far as planning his matches and whatnot. I'd like to see him with AJ Styles as well. But I could talk about that all day, and I'm not going to do that to you. And I'll let you read this next question from Adam Thomas.
Adam Thomas, if you could get actual scientific evidence proving the existence of a cryptoid, which would you choose?
Bigfoot. Bigfoot, man.
Bigfoot.
He's the
classic. You can't go wrong.
You can't.
No. I feel like if there's any cryptid that still exists to this day, it's going to be Bigfoot.
Yeah. Larry Sorg, what was the first movie tits you ever remember seeing?
Oh, that's a good question.
What was your favorite movie tits ever?
Oh, fuck. First movie tits. Oh, Titanic. That's the first ones that I can remember.
My mom covered my eyes in the movie theater for that one.
Yeah.
Dusk Till Dawn was my first one, with the vampire movie with George Clooney.
Yeah.
But I would say Shannon Elizabeth in American Pie. That's when I was like,
those were picturesque tits.
Now, I don't like to be derogatory towards women, but
those were some nice tits.
When I was a teenager at the time, I definitely had a crush on her.
Yeah, definitely. I think we all did.
That was very enjoyable for me.
Yeah, there was, man. I'm gonna have to say that's probably my favorite ones ever. Out of a movie. If I think about it now that you said that I think that scene sticks out more than any other one that I can think of.
She's a nut job now.
I don't know anything about her now.
Raging fucking fruitcake.
Good for her.
Oh, Ryan King, does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, why do people start holy wars over this shit?
It doesn't matter. You can put whatever the fuck you want on pizza. If you like it, who fucking cares?
There's people that make...
There's people probably put Spam on pizza.
Crusts out of cauliflower. Those people need stopped.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on my keto diet. Well, if you weren't so, ridiculous, you wouldn't have to do all that keto diet stuff. Just live your best life, Rob. What did I have for dinner? I had a big steak, okay?
I haven't had dinner yet.
And I don't feel bad about that big steak I had.
I spent all my money on vacation, so I don't have enough money to go to eat dinner this week.
No.
I'm eating ramen.
That's not bad either, though.
It's really
I
not.
don't like ramen.
Sean Punky Sykes, if a movie was made, this is such a fucking double-edged sword of a question. If a movie was made on your lives, who would you want to play your wives and yourself?
I can answer this.
Are we going accurate, or are we going who we would like to play?
However you want to go with it.
Okay.
I know I would be played by Kevin James.
Okay, I could see that.
At the prison, they used to call me King of Queens. And then my wife would be the large-breasted woman from Two Broke Girls. Because there's a lot of similarities between that girl and my wife. And my wife's like, you can have a crush on her because I kind of look like her. So I said, okay. I don't lust after celebrities.
Oh, I do.
Because
hard.
What? I don't get anything from it. It's never gonna happen. I'd rather lust after something within grasp. So then, that's why I'm constantly groping at my wife, smacking her boobies and smacking her butt. Like, hey, give me some of that sugar.
Let me get some of that.
And she's like, no, quit fucking touching me. And I'm like, no. And she's like, okay, hang out for a little bit.
Oh, man, I don't know how to answer this question. I don't know who I would want to play me. Or my wife. Shit.
Well, then why the fuck are you answering the question?
I don't know. I honestly don't. I would need more time to think about this.
Okay.
That's a real serious question, and I don't know.
You're not ready to fuck it up?
No, and I don't. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll circle back.
Yeah.
Circle back on the next Q&A.
I can try to think about it. Yeah.
I'll remember.
Okay.
Matt Chops Neuenhuis.
Fuck that last name.
If you were confronted by Bigfoot, would you kill it and why? Would you go public?
I would go public. I would not kill it. I would try to talk to it to see if it spoke English or grunt at it.
Excuse me?
First things first, I'm going to want to see its dick. I'm wanting to answer the question. Yeah. Does it have a red rocket?
Show me that red rocket.
Let's see that big cock.
He unravels it like a garden hose. It's not what you think.
I would like to see if it talked. Yeah. But yeah, I would definitely go public if I saw one. But I'd only go public if I had proof, because I don't want to look like one of those fucking nutbags.
Too late.
Sorry.
Last question. I'll let you roll with it.
If you could pick one serial killer to model your personality after, who would it be and why? Fuck, I don't know.
I'm not super into serial killers.
I'm not either. I know John Wayne Gacy was a clown.
Fucking creep. But the Richie Ramirez, when I see pictures of him in court, he's just like fucking smiling and glaring through,
Maybe Manson.
Yeah.
If you want to count him as a serial killer.
He definitely was.
He was pretty fucking wild.
He was wild. He did a lot of drugs and shit.
Yeah, I feel like he had a good life before all that.
Yeah, but Richie Ramirez, he was cold-blooded, man. I would want people to look at me and be like, that motherfucker is crazy.
He don't give a shit.
Yeah. So some serial killers like Gacy, you just make fun of him, like you fat piece of shit. You couldn't really do anything else with your life.
Exactly.
Whereas other ones, you're like, okay, he's handsome. He could probably get a girl if he wanted one, but he decided that he just wanted to kill people as a hobby.
Yeah, Richard Ramirez was pretty effeminate looking.
Oh, dude, he's got a cult following as far as the ladies. They eat him up.
He's a good looking dude.
Yeah, they love him.
Yeah.
So I would go with
Joe Dirt's mom.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
Yeah, it really is.
That's so good.
So that's our last
That's the last question from this episode, guys.
Yeah.
You got two hours plus out of us.
Yeah. Well, we'll do the next one because she's always busting our ass.
Okay.
Maggie Devine, what song would you choose as to strip to, and what would your stripper name be?
Damn it.
song I would choose would be Pour Some Sugar on Me by Poison.
That's a pretty typical stripper song.
And now, welcome to the main stage, Ferrari. I think Ferrari would be a really good stripper name for me.
Ferrari would be a good
Like,
name.
he looks like a Volkswagen, but his name's Ferrari. I'd probably have to go with Nickalicious as my stripper name, though.
Yeah. I think I'd have to go with Robin for my stripper name.
Robin?
Robin with a Y.
Oh,
like the singer.
God.
Like the early 2000s pop singer.
If I'm walking into a strip club, which I don't do, and I said, what's the name of your finest stripper? And they said, well, we got one girl just started named Robin. I'm like, I'm going back to the car. No interest in seeing what Robin has to offer.
You wouldn't want to see me stripping anyways. I'd make a fucking horrible stripper. What song would I choose to strip to?
No Sleep Till Brooklyn from Beastie Boys.
I want something sensual and sexy, like thong song.
I'm really trying, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe some Al Green.
Dude, thong song is perfect.
Thong song is really good.
Think about all the good music that came from our time.
Yeah.
It doesn't get listened to any longer.
Back that ass up. Maybe back that ass up. There you
He's
go.
a fine motherfucker, won't you back that ass up?
I'll take that. That's a twerking anthem.
It is.
Yeah.
Twerk it out.
Yeah.
Now, if you listen to this episode, the Q&A, and you liked it, oh, good.
Well, fucking cool. If you don't, well, you've already listened to 2 hours worth of it. What the fuck you doing with your life?
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
We will have a well-researched episode prepared for you next week.
Yeah, maybe we can squeeze in an episode 2 sometime here soon.
My wife wanted me to do 2 episodes this week, and I said, why?
Mine did too.
Why would you wish that evil on me?
She's like, you're doing a main episode and a Q&A episode, right? I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Normally, they're like, you got 5 minutes to get this done.
Yeah.
And then after I'm done, I can usually get it done in 30 seconds. And then we do the podcast.
Yeah. I'm surprised I've held my piss in for 2 hours.
I gotta pee. I never have to pee.
Yeah, I got to piss too. But
Usually my body can just absorb my piss, and that's why I'm so fat.
I'm just going to piss out my truck window on the way home.
We would love for you guys to come out to the live shows. We want to meet you.
Please.
We want to meet your families. Bring your kids. They can't come inside, but bring them. They can play in the parking lot. There will be mulch and stuff they can play in.
If you live within 1,000 miles, there's no excuse.
Not an excuse at all.
No, not at all.
We would love to say thank you for all of your support. Whether you listen, the best thing you can do for us is tell your friends about us.
Yes, definitely. We're not even gonna hit you with the leave a review thing. Word of mouth is great.
It is.
Tell a friend. Tell a homeless guy on the curb.
We love
I'm not going
you.
to give you change, but I will change your life with this podcast. But yeah, just tell people about us. That means more than anything.
All right, and we'll talk to you next time. We love you.
Bye, guys.